right. Give me a minute, everybody. I am attempting to go live. Okay. We are live on Facebook. We should be live on Rumble any minute now. Let me make sure chat is Gucci. All right. We already got people showing up on Restream. All right. Everybody, let's give them like 2 seconds to pile in. And let's just go ahead and get this intro started.
If you visit the Rippaverse, you'll see just how I move differently. Got more arm hair than an armchair. That's why they call me Papa Bear, because it is what it is. What it is, ain't it? What it is what it is, and that's it. My business got so many factors, and I got so many detractors. Those suckers gonna need to me, and ISO's gonna sue me, because it is what it is. What it is, ain't it? What it is what it is, and that's it. Got 100,000 comics without any buyers, and a lot of insurance for warehouse fires, because it is what it is, and what it is and ain't it. What it is what it is, and that's it. I sold 3D assets to a bunch of asshats for a pile of cash that's all gone up in smoke, because it is what it is. What it is, ain't it? What it is what it is, and that's it. You know a grifter's gonna grift and a scammer gonna scam. Next I'll sell these morons a comic about horsemen, because it is what it is, and what it is and ain't it. What it is what it is, and that's it. You know a grifter's gonna grift and a scammer gonna scam. Next I'll sell these morons a comic about horsemen, because it is what it is. What it is, ain't it? What it is what it is, and that's it.
All right, guys. Everybody, I am back streaming once again on a Friday night instead of a Tuesday night. And there is a surprising amount of people all over the internet. Goodness. Hi, everyone. Joining me today is my good friend Spencer of Stadia Dispatch. Spencer, how are you doing tonight, man?
Doing good, man. Looking forward to our fun next weekend.
Yeah, you guys don't get to see my upper torso because I'm sitting down, dude. I was on my fucking feet all day. I was on my feet all day. Like I said, I'm renovating this house. I'm doing a lot of work. The circumstances surrounding that home has to remain private probably for another week and a half. I'm not trying to blow my load, and I just got to be really careful with my words regarding my situation, which isn't negative. It's really positive. But, dude, we got to get into a lot of drama tonight, man. But I got to do, hold on. Where's my button here? Okay, yeah. I got to do my usual spiel so before we get started. So, greetings, everyone. I'm glad to be here once again for another exciting episode of the Watchfrogs. I appreciate every single one of you joining, as always. Now, before we begin, please be aware I'm streaming on dlive, Trovo, Kick, Facebook, Rumble, X, formerly known as Twitter, Twitch.tv, and YouTube. And for those who enjoy or prefer the audio-only experience of the show, you can head over to Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else where podcasts exist. Of course, the links are in the description. There are also a handful of other ways to support the show and to keep me independent. Feel free to head on over to my Subscribe Star page, my Locals page, or toss a generous donation in my Cash App. I'll greatly appreciate it. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, shit, man. Dude, this Nick Rekieta thing, dude, we're not going to bury the lead. We're going to dive right into Nick Rekieta. Spencer, me and you both know Nick Rekieta. We spent time with Nick Rekieta. I like him. I'm not going to really goof on him. Some jokes may be made at his expense, but, that's just how it is. And he seems like he's going to have a good sense of humor about it. What do you think, man? What do you think? How are you feeling?
It's unfortunate, to say the least. I know he just posted something on Locals not too long ago. Like he was going to do the Grifter stream tonight, but then didn't end up doing it.
Yeah.
I get it. From the guy that covers, he's a lawyer and covers all this stuff. I think he's smart enough to know not to talk about the case, which he's not really doing, which I know some of his fans are upset over. Like, yeah, we want to know the details. Give him a break, guys. He's going through a rough time right now. It's unfortunate,
Yeah.
but
Look, I
we'll see.
think he
We'll see
would
what happens.
be. I think he would be upset if we didn't cover this. I think he would be
Right. I mean,
upset if we
everyone
didn't
has
make
been.
jokes at his expense. But officially though,
Well,
I
I'll drink
want.
because he can't. How about that?
Yeah, yeah, I know, right? I will say this: I like Nick Rekieta a lot. Unironically, without a hint of sarcasm, I want nothing but the best for him, the wife, and the kids. And
Yep.
they're obviously going through some shit, but we're gonna be talking about it because it's contemporary and people want to know. Unlike the umbrella guy who's a fucking like fake child psychologist, therapist or whatever, I actually have experience in this shit. Not just professionally, but personally. I've mentioned this on the stream before, but I was an at-risk youth. I grew up in a household, where there was domestic violence, where there was drug use and shit. I live in Vegas and I've lost friends to drug use. I met Nick, he was kind to me. And the only people that I like really don't like out of this whole situation are like the ripitards. Once again,
Oh,
these
yeah.
fucking ripitards, man. They're just like, you know what, Nick? This is what happens when you stop
And avo-
sniffing Eric July's butthole, because if you were still friends with Eric July and you disavowed Vito the pedo, then none of this would have happened. Like, dude, Vito is not friends with Nick. Like, they don't know each other, they don't talk, and all that. They're just fucking childish. It's so goddamn childish and so petty. But yeah, Nick did. He did. Where's my screen here? Yeah. He did release a statement on his official locals page. So Nick Rekieta is not in jail anymore. He's out finally, and he writes the following. So hey, obviously a lot has happened. I'm sorry. For legal purposes, it must be reiterated that the sorry is for the disruption and is in no way related to any pending legal matters. That said, please realize that no one has the full story or picture on anything. It's possible no one ever will. Nothing reported is accurate, and that's not their fault. I've seen so many supportive messages. Thank you for that. I'll still be doing stuff. I'm home now. Stay tuned for show announcements and stuff here on Locals. So you sent this over to me, and I'm really thankful to have gotten that. However, there is an official story. Well, where are my chats at? I got to keep my chat window up. Let's see. For no reason, text green game over. I know, dude. He got felted, man. The Groiper curse came for him. No, we are gonna make fun of the dude. He is a swinger. That is degenerate as fuck. Look, chat. I'm not here to police your language. The chat can say whatever it wants. The chat can do whatever it wants. Just please do not dox anybody or like make threats of violence, because I disavow that. And as one of the most pro-Israel individual streamers that's independent on the platform, no anti-Semitism, please. I really want a movie deal. Anyway, scroll down to his address. Oh, no, Tommy Bomb, bad.
Yeah.
So
I will say this, guys. Unfortunately, it is public record at this rate, so anyone can find it.
yeah, look,
Me and Gio were talking about this off stream too.
Yeah.
So, and this is Ethan Ralph just posted it, and a bunch of other people have just posted it. So it is unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, he's a public figure for one. These are public public records that I did not seek out. They are being widely published by the legacy media.
And Uncivil posted this on Rekieta's Discord, by the way.
Yeah.
That's how that's because
By the way,
everyone's
the
talking
farms
about you right
doxed
now.
him. The farms doxed him already, anyways. But please do not look
Yeah.
at the address or anything like that, guys.
And,
Please
and
none of that shit.
don't visit someone like that. Do not do anything like that. Disavow.
Yeah, dude.
Do that.
Imagine
You're
if you
fucking
show up
retarded.
to Nick Rekieta's house, he's gonna offer you drugs and he's gonna ruin your life. Okay.
Well, it's not as bad as the guy that you literally on the court stream this morning. If you watch Eliza clips, because she had clipped the stream from this morning.
Yeah.
Of the court case, some idiot went on to the courtroom.
He's like dropping like F slurs or something, right?
Well, yeah, he literally told effing KYS to Nick about the alleged cocaine stuff. So it's just like everyone needs to fucking chill and just, we're reporting on this, we're covering this, but give the man some space and let him get his head straight.
Yeah, well, dude, like here's the thing. Like, look, I mentioned this before in previous streams, but I believe in cosmic justice. I believe in karma, and I believe in the Lord intervening in our life matters, right? In our personal affairs. So if you do bad shit, some bad shit's gonna happen to you. It appears on the surface, allegedly in a video game, that Nick Rekieta was in a tryst. All right, he had this woman, April Imholt, who was a former YouTube personality, and he's having threesomes with this chick. And I got confirmation from someone I know personally who was also out here in Vegas and is aware with Nick that he was legitimately doing the swinger thing. I know Nick Rekieta denied it, and April's husband, he's gone on the record and he pretty much admitted it without saying it outright, just by the way that he's phrasing things.
Do you have a picture of this April girl?
Yeah, well,
I mean,
you know what? Can you
I
look it
guess
up
it
really
scrolls.
quick? Yeah, she's in the thumbnail, by the way. But it's all like black and white, so that doesn't really count. She is kind of cute. She's kind of cute.
Was she in Vegas the night we were at his
you know
event?
what? No. Her and her husband have come out to Vegas for different events that were not related to the Rekieta event. She wasn't here.
Okay, I was thinking of someone else then from that night who was just a very annoying fan. I'll just put it that way.
No, that wasn't her. That wasn't
okay.
her.
That wasn't.
But yeah, so he takes this woman away from her husband. He pumps her full of drugs, allegedly, right? Or he gives her drugs. And that sounds so fucking terrible. I'm sorry. So he introduces drugs into this home, and the husband is saying, you know, because they were partying for about 6 months. The friendship between April and her husband and Kayla and Nick, it was going on for about 6 months. And Nick Rekieta, allegedly, according to the husband of April, Nick brought tons of cocaine to his house. And April's husband, Aaron, he's got 3 kids living there. And he chimped out on Nick. And he's like, dude, you can't be bringing this fucking shit to my house. Like, I have fucking kids here. Like, if my ex-wife finds out, blah, 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 blah. And there were some other things going on. And the fact that I like to look at what he's not saying. He's not saying that, you know, Nick and Kayla were banging this chick and they were like doing copious amounts of drugs. April ended up leaving, abandoning her husband to live with Nick Rekieta. Nick is denying this. He's denying that he was living there. He denied it in the court records.
He shouldn't say anything, though. Let's just be clear. If you're under investigation like this, you do not talk to the cops. You make sure that your rights are upheld. I'll just put it that way.
Well, we're gonna read the statement here, because again, people can gossip and make up all kinds of crazy shit, but I think it's more important to just go to the source. Let me see, where is the juicy story?
And by the way, the local Fox 9 News reported on this. By the way, it made it to local news.
Oh yeah, no, it's hilarious. All right, here it is. All right, are you guys ready? So starting from the top. All right. The complainant states that the following facts establish probable cause. Your complainant, a licensed peace officer, is employed by the Kandiyohi County Sheriff's Office. I'm probably mispronouncing that because I'm autistic. In this capacity, your complainant believes the following to be true and correct. On May 23rd, 2024, at approximately 9:13 a.m., a search warrant was executed at the address of Nick Rekieta, in the county in Minnesota. Nicholas Robert Rekieta, date of birth, blah, 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 and Kayla Christine Rekieta, that's the wife, date of birth, blah, 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 reside at the residence. As law enforcement approached the residence, Nicholas Rekieta was traveling southbound on 51st in a vehicle. Nick Rekieta was stopped by law enforcement. Upon knocking on the door, a juvenile female opened the door and wouldn't let them in. Nick Rekieta would not provide the door code to enter the residence. Law enforcement entered the home utilizing a door ram, so they forced themselves into this home. Upon entry, law enforcement located Kayla Rekieta and April Imholt. She's the cutie little blonde that was like a concubine, essentially. And 4 juveniles, so that's his kids, were also in the home. Officers noted the home was extremely cluttered. There were clothes everywhere, dirty dishes, dust, and an overall dirty home. Guys, these are official court documents. I'm not talking shit. Nick Rekieta returned to the home with law enforcement. He demanded a copy of the search warrant. When given a copy, he looked at it and threw it on the ground. During the search, law enforcement located the following in the master bedroom. The following items were located in the master bedroom near the nightstand: yellow snort tube, positive for cocaine; black vial with white substance inside that field tested positive for cocaine and weighed 2.2 grams; 2 credit cards listed to April Imholt; a 22 caliber spent shell casings on the floor of the nightstand in the master bedroom. The following items were located underneath the bed in the master bedroom: a 6-hour AR with several magazines and loose ammunition, serial number, blah, blah, blah. The following item was located in the master bedroom dresser: glass container with metal filter and grinder, and glass container that field
Can I-
tested positive for cocaine. Hold that thought.
Yeah.
The following items were located in a safe in the master bedroom: bag with cards and dollar bill that field tested for positive for cocaine; large corner cut baggie with white powder that field tested positive for cocaine and weighed 18.96 grams with packaging; 3 small baggies that field tested positive for cocaine and weighed 5.49 grams with packaging; A green colored tablets that field tested positive for ketamine; digital scale that field tested positive for cocaine. The digital scale that might come into play later; metal pan with white powder on it that tested positive for cocaine; 2 snort tubes and 2 metal cutters that snort tubes tested positive for cocaine. The following items were located in a safe in the master bedroom: a $100 bill with white powder residue that field tested positive for cocaine; Bindle white bag with white powder substance that field tested positive for cocaine; cocaine scooper; 2 baggies with a baggie with a funnel, unknown brown substance. Additional firearms and ammunition were located in the garage. The total amount of measurable cocaine in the master bedroom was 26.67 grams with packaging. Cocaine is a Schedule 2 controlled substance. Ketamine is a Schedule 1 controlled substance. Detective Pumplun met with Nick Rekieta outside the residence. He was read his Miranda rights, and he agreed to speak with officers without counsel. Nick Rekieta indicated that he sleeps in the master bedroom with Kayla Rekieta, and indicated that April Imholt was at home visiting. Now, this claim right here is disputed by the husband. Nick Rekieta and Kayla Rekieta, that's Lady Rackets, by the way, were placed under arrest. While being placed under arrest, Detective Pumblun noted several injuries to the arms of Nick Rekieta that appeared consistent with sores that are common with controlled substance users. They were transported to the county jail. Kayla Rekieta did not speak with officers at the county jail. Nick Rekieta was again read his Miranda rights and agreed to speak with officers without an attorney. Nick Rekieta refused to answer any questions regarding cocaine or other controlled substance use. Nick Rekieta indicates that he lives in the residence. He stays in the master bedroom with his wife, Kayla Rekieta. April Imholt was a friend who was visiting and does not live at the residence. Yeah, it's bullshit. While being booked into the jail, Kayla Rekieta requested that her prescription medication be brought to her. Upon reviewing the prescription bottles for Kayla Rekieta that were brought to the jail staff found 2 unknown pills and gummies in one of the prescription bottles. These items did not match the prescription, the prescription on the bottle. Oh, shit. Yeah, that is really fucking bad. This is just... You had a thought, Spencer. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say I looked up April on Twitter. I mean, she's not bad looking.
No, she's kind of cute.
But the prevailing theory right now on the copium thread on the Discord is that April was there, helping the family out, their family friends, doing some nannying for the kids. So that was one of the prevailing theories. I mean, I could just read through the Discord right now. Let me pull it back.
Yeah, none of that matters. None of that matters.
It doesn't. But the whole thing of the allegation of him being a swinger, yada yada yada. Like I told you personally, I know the whole thing of you put on a persona saying one thing and then allegedly doing the other thing. I know this is kind of where we're getting at. To me, I am more concerned about the alleged criminal case than any adultery. But is it really adultery if both allegedly both parties are fine with it? You know what I mean?
Well, dude, the husband is not fine with it. He can lie and say that he was. At some point, he's gonna say that he might have been, and then he's gonna be like, "Well, but they went too far and they stopped including me in the sex or whatever." Look, it's abundantly clear that April was not just addicted to the drugs, but addicted to Nick Rekieta's penis, and she was clearly fucking living there. The husband seemed very truthful and reliable in his reporting or in his recounting of the events. And like, look, dude, the proof is in the pudding, and it's in our face. Nick Rekieta does have a problem. He looked like he was dying on stream. He looked very, very sick. And this has been going on. At least I've noticed it for about like a month and a half to 2 months. But
He's been
people are like,
drinking a
dude, what's
lot.
going on with Rekieta?
I
Like,
mean,
he
at
looks
least he's been
bad.
drinking a lot. The one stream where he was allegedly doing that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Yeah, I think he's hit a low on that regard, yeah, on the drinking. But I mean, hell, when we were hanging out with him in Vegas, I mean, he was chill. I mean, I'm just gonna say this, preface it, or just up front to the chat here. I like the guy. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, same.
I wish the best for him and his family, and I hope he beats these charges
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
you
I don't want to
know,
see him go to prison.
yeah, no, I hope for the best for him, but everything that I saw from him that night when we were all hanging out in Vegas at the bar at the Venetian was nothing but a good man enjoying the time with his fans, hanging out with Bronca, hanging out with everyone else who was there that night at the after party, and just all around good people. So, you know, I guess maybe I have some bias going into this. I'm just my
Yeah.
blinders are on,
Well,
hoping
I
for
mean,
the best.
I'm kind of biased too, because again, I like Rekieta, but there are people that are gonna lie and misrepresent the truth. And
Yeah.
I come on here and I tell you guys, the truth, as hard as that may be. I mean, there's always mutiny in the chat. Zombie Bomb, he wasn't gooning. Are you certain? I bet he was gooning, and you were just too drunk to notice.
No. He wasn't doing any of that. Like, I don't want to share the story, but there was nothing throughout that night that made me think he was unloyal to the wife.
I don't think
You
he was
know?
unloyal to the wife.
No.
But April was not loyal to her husband. That much is pretty damn
Yeah.
clear. The outrageous outburst that she had when confronted about her drug use, like, dude, I
So is
know what an
April
addict looks like.
Is April
Personally
the
and
one that
professionally.
allegedly brought in the cocaine to the Rekieta household? Allegedly, again, where this is unconfirmed.
No.
We have the court case
No,
and
I
all
mean,
that.
it's obvious that this was Nick's coke. I mean, you can't be like, oh well, April brought the drugs there. Like, why does Nick have a scale? Like for those who missed the Zoom arraignment, with the judge, Nick Rekieta was going to represent April and his wife, Lady Rackets. He had no idea that April Imhoff was released very, very early on. It's
So
very likely that April is going to cut a deal with the judge for like tons of leniency, and she's going to point the finger at Nick. And given
that's
Nick's
what Uncivil Men
reputation,
said, yeah.
Given Nick's reputation and given his political philosophy that he openly advertises, he's not going to be a sympathetic character. He endangered the lives of his children, according to these documents.
Allegedly.
I mean, hold on. Are the charges on this document? Let me scroll up.
Scroll down.
Oh, it's at the bottom?
They have all of them, I think, at the bottom. Yeah, there he goes.
This is what he's being charged with.
That's the bond, and then
yeah, right here.
Yeah, there.
Yeah, drugs. Second degree, possesses 25 grams or more cocaine or methamphetamine. Drugs, second degree, sale or possesses penalty 25 years to $500,000 fine. Possesses ammo, any firearm, user of misdemeanor, controlled substance.
I was gonna say that's the bullshit
firearm,
one.
ammo,
That's
misdemeanor. Endangered child, permit present. Endangered child, so 2 child endangerment charges are fucking right here. 2 misdemeanors.
Like literally, everyone was like arguing about this in his Discord earlier today. I've been like following the drama all day.
Yeah.
And some of the law tuber types have been in there like, commenting as well. But they could charge you with that just by having a spent shell casing on the ground. They could say, oh, in possession of firearms or loose firearms or whatever. They'll charge you with that, and they're basically throwing extra weight on your existing charges and this is what the prevailing theory is. I'm not a lawyer, but the prevailing theory is they're just basically throwing extra stuff on the wall so that he takes a plea deal. That is what some people are suggesting.
It's also possible because of who he is and because of what he believes politically. They're gonna throw the book at him. And
They
April
might.
is going to be the key to doing that.
I
She's
hear
going to
this.
be the
It's the same
damsel in
judge.
distress. She's this cute little blonde who didn't look as bad as Lady Rackets and Nick did. And, they're going to put him away and make an
And I
example
hear
out of
since
him.
it's a small town, it's allegedly the same judge handling the Monty case.
There you go. Yeah. And no, he fucked up, guys. Like he fucked up royally. He got mixed up with this chick. He got mixed up with drugs, and now he's facing multiple, even if he just does 1 year in prison, that's gonna be devastating for Nick. And, it's not the biggest guy. I don't think he'll do too well in prison. Like it's gonna fucking suck. And let me read one of these. Omega Tony is God. This is just ungodly behavior. Everyone is ungodly, but some of us are just threw God out of our lives. Clearly, yeah. And that's another thing too. Like a lot of people are slamming him, for I don't know. Maybe you can chime in, but he like professes like somewhat religious beliefs. He really plays up the I'm a trad dad life, whatever, or he lives that trad dad life. He's like a teacher for like these homeschooled kids, not just his own, but he's like an important figure in his community.
Mhm.
And now he has a concubine living in his home, and he's fucking her and giving her
But
drugs, and the husband is on the internet fucking crying about it. He's literally crying. He was literally crying on multiple streams. And and people were like okay, so I was kind of bothered by it, but you're like, oh well, he reported them and he's out of line.
he
Like,
could
did you,
have.
what? Okay, what? But
I
why
mean,
does
he
that
could
matter
have.
though? Why does that matter if he
Uh,
reported it or not? Like,
well,
people are so hung up on that. You're not the only one. A lot of people are.
well, I know, like that. At the end of the day, I guess if it was we'd have to see what the warrant was for originally.
It doesn't
And
matter,
that's not going
dude.
to be. It does. It kind of does matter because if the warrant was for something that wasn't actually factual and they found other evidence at the home, I'm sure Nick could argue that says X, Y, and Z and evidence is inadmissible because you got to fault. You basically it was be essentially being like swatted. Essentially, is what people are thinking. Like he could negate some of the charges if the warrant was not accurate, but
But a mandatory reporter came forward and was like, "Look, there's
um,
issues at this house,"
yeah.
and it was done in person. And
So was it Aaron or was it
I don't think it
the
was Aaron.
parents
I don't think it
or
was Aaron.
was it a teacher? Was it was it someone else that just didn't like Nick that lived in the area?
Yeah, I just a
We
lot of
don't
people are
know.
hung up about that. I honestly don't really care because you can't just
Yeah.
introduce drugs into your home when there's kids
I'm
there.
not. I'm look. If we go through trial here and it was proven that Nick had drugs in the house and
It's
he
kind
was
of
doing
evident, dude.
well, I'm giving him the
Oh yeah,
benefit
yeah,
of
yeah.
the doubt.
I'll let you.
I'm innocent before proven guilty, right? I'm not gonna make him guilty in the court of public opinion here. But if the court finds and the jury finds that he is guilty and they send him to some rehab or whatever, then okay, yeah, I hope he gets all the help that he can get and then he gets his life back on track. But you know, if any of us fall on hard times, right, you would hate to be bashed in like the public, right? Where, you allegedly made a mistake, right? Then you would want to better yourself. And I mean that's also part of the issue with the criminal justice system, right? Is stuff like this, right? This should be in my opinion, just having I guess, grown in my beliefs over the years, right? Now I understand the kid part. If the kids were actually in danger, yada yada yada. Okay, I get that. I'm sure they're with family right now. But if we really need to look at our criminal justice system on who goes to jail over what. Like murders, yeah, straight to jail right away. People that do certain crimes, straight to jail right away. But if it was a non-violent crime, I'm almost at that point because of the way our prison system is. And this is really weird
Bro,
coming
dude, you
from
sound like a
someone.
libtard, bro. What the fuck?
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I'm just
Dude, you
saying.
can't
Like,
just be saying that shit because it's happened to Nick, bro. Like,
no,
look, I
I'm
love
just.
Nick, but he fucked up. Look,
Yeah.
and yeah, and it's like, again, people are so hung up about the husband. Dude, it's right here. This is posted by
Yeah.
Ethan Ralph. Have a mandatory reporting issue I want
Yeah.
to speak with an officer about. Dispatch entry. Have a mandatory reporting issue I
Yeah.
want to speak with an officer about.
Can
Yeah.
I clarify my statement at least so I don't sound like a
Okay.
libtard?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is certain crimes should not have any jail time, but others like stealing, yada yada yada, obviously send them right to jail because they're that is impacting someone else's livelihood. But a lot of the stuff that our criminal justice system charges a bunch of people for and puts them in jail over some like dumbass shit, um, then yeah, I'm all for reforming that. But other things like like look at San Francisco for example, right? With all the problems out there and all the issues on the streets with all the homeless and
Oh, okay.
you
How about this? How about this? So,
yeah,
given all the
okay,
facts, if he's
yeah.
guilty, what do you think the punishment should be?
Uh, I mean, if he does his rehab and is becoming a good member of society again, then I think the courts could deal away with jail time because it's his first offense.
If he is
And put him
fortunate,
on
if
if he
he
put him on probation.
yeah, if he doesn't like go do prison time, he's gonna have to pay restitution because he
Right.
fucked up. He's probably gonna have to do some sort of like good parenting course, some course to get a parents on track because he
Yeah.
brought drugs into the home. He'll probably have
Yeah.
to complete a drug rehabilitation program.
Like I'm not excusing him for drug use if he is using drugs. I will tell you guys that right away. Like certain like weed, stuff like that. I don't do any of that crap. But there's certain things that I think could be probably decriminalized from a federal level.
Lame.
Look, weed. I grew up in California, man. I know a bunch of people that smoke. I don't fucking care about that. But like harder stuff, yeah, that's the stuff I would probably still um have people charged over. But at the end of the day, dude, at the end of I'll just put it this way. At the end of the day, I feel like I'm simping for Nick here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're
I'm
simping
simping a
pretty
little
hard,
bit
dude.
for
You
Nick.
turn into a liberal like in 2
I'm
seconds.
simping a little bit for Nick here. But I honestly think that, depending on the nature of the crime, depending on the evidence, what should really determine the outcome. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, right now those kids are with immediate members of Nick's family,
Yeah,
which
more
is
than likely.
good. They
I
shouldn't
think
be
his
around Nick right
grandparents or
now.
something up
He
there.
needs to get his shit together. This is why I preach the things that I do. Don't fuck other dudes' wives. Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. Okay, like dude, the internationalists promote drug use. Like dude, he lives in Minnesota and he's doing cocaine. That's like such an LA thing to do. It's kind of cringe.
Yeah.
Like doing
See,
drugs
I
is
like that
cringe,
super
guys.
chat.
Like,
I like this last super chat just came in. Let's read that. I don't want him to go to jail or have fines. He should be forced to fix himself and fix his family, and we can make fun of him. See,
yeah, there we go. That's reasonable.
that is very reasonable. Like I will say the problem in society is this, guys. The problem in society, and I alluded to this with my earlier comment, like San Francisco, right? Is there's a lot of people that are repeat offenders that deserve to go to jail because they just go in and out of the system and they don't want to help themselves. Those are the type of people who should be in jail. The people who should not be in jail are those first offenders, like allegedly in this situation, who are said, you know what, we're going to give you a chance to redeem yourself, to make sure you get on the right path. But if you fuck up again, right to jail right away.
I'm gonna be
You know what
honest
I
with you
mean?
guys. Like, I don't want Nick to go to prison.
Yeah.
I don't want him to really like have serious charges or serious convictions on his record. But given the kind of person that he is, given the things that he's being charged with, it's very likely they throw the book at him. And
More than
April
likely, 'cause
Imhoff is
trustworthy.
likely going to be the one to do that, or is in a position to do that, because she is now in self-preservation mode. Her husband, Aaron, is going to leave her. He made it very clear there's no reconciling this. She left him to go live with the Rekietas, do drugs, and get fucked. And
Allegedly.
no, it happened, bro. In a video game.
Show,
But-
show And until the evidence is out there,
and
I'm
you
just
know,
gonna say
it's
that
like, dude,
I'm giving
like,
the benefit of the doubt.
yeah, Nick Rekieta just he called people PDF files. He bared false witness. He was engaged in sin, and this is God's punishment. And again, I take no pleasure or solace in saying these things, but I said it to other people that I don't like, and I have to say it and be ideologically consistent, even if it makes me unpopular, which I don't really care anymore. I don't care what people think about me. Again, I like Nick. I would hang out with Nick, and you know, if I had the ability to, you know, put a good word in his ear or give him advice, even though he's like 25 years older than me, you know, I probably would. You know, I absolutely would, because I want nothing but the best for him, and I think he's fucking hilarious, and I think he's a great dude.
I mean,
I
he's
really
basing
do.
his
But
all of his political
and like
takes.
the thing about like the degenerate shit, like
A lot of people got
I
turned off
I
by that.
I've been bombarded with evidence of the swinging shit a long time ago, and I ignored it because, like, one, I didn't really care, and two, like, it wasn't really any of my business. But again, you know, like, you got this guy advertising himself as a Christian, and it pisses other people off. And he has a lot of enemies because of the kind of jokes that he makes. You know, he calls people PDF files, he calls people fat, you know, whatever the case may be. And
I would
now they're
actually
all
I need to be
coming
fat shamed though,
they're
man, I'm
all
telling you.
coming to fucking take a good shot at him. And those shots
Yeah.
are fucking landing. Now, if Nick reached out to me and he wanted me to help him with like PR, for example, how he should navigate this, I don't really think he would need my help because I think he's intelligent enough to kind of navigate this kind of situation. But and so far he's kind of doing it right with the statement. Like, he wants to be able to laugh about this, and if he wants to get ahead of it, he does need to make jokes at his own expense, and he needs to be cool with people like myself saying the things that I'm saying. And I'm not saying anything that I genuinely don't believe to be true. I genuinely believe the things that I tell you guys. Like, I'm not fucking around here. And I'm going to be doing a debate next Wednesday with modern day debates about the moon landing and how it's a total hoax. But we'll talk about that later. But anyways, let me read some of these comments. We got comments flowing in. Omega Tony, I sentenced him to 4 years of no nutting. That's pretty funny. Who knows if he can manage? I don't want him to go to. We read that. I disagree with his pastor turning Nick in for drugs. If the church
That's
deals
allegedly
with
that was
things this way instead of addressing it independently, they are just an arm of the state. A lot of people sent him a lot of money. They would not have sent some cokehead swinger.
Can we
Exactly.
address that? Can we
Exactly.
address that? Do
What?
we know if it was the pastor that turned him in? Because
I
that
don't
was
think it
one of
matters,
the
dude. I mean,
yeah.
do you guys care who reported him?
I
Because
mean,
I don't
if
really
you're
care.
I mean, technically, so like I don't know what faction of Christian Nick claims to be, but if you're like Catholic, there's technically that you're that I don't even want to call it. I'm forgetting the word right now, but when you go to confess your sins to the priest, that is confidentiality between you and the priest. Now, granted, I'm assuming if you went and were to the priest and like, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z and do whatever, then I'm sure the priest would be able to break his bond in that situation and say, yeah, hey cops, this guy's planning on doing this. You should probably go look at him, right? I'm sure God would forgive the priest for doing that, right?
Yeah.
To save innocent lives. But, in terms of the I guess I'm a little bit curious on what his denomination is, just because if they're saying it was
I
the
don't.
pastor that turned it, I
I
know
don't
you
really
don't
care.
care, but I'm just
It's
I'm
all
just curious.
denominations and shit. Like, all that stuff is fucking boring to me. Like, I fucking hate people who are just like so caught up in labels and like, I'm an ortho
Yeah,
bro, I'm a Catholic bro. Like, who fucking cares?
yeah. I
It's
mean,
like, dude, no
look,
wonder the right is losing, because when people say that shit, it just fucking turns people off, dude. Like, people's
yeah,
fucking vaginas just dry up.
yeah,
Zombie Bomb, I do love this comment a lot. A lot of people sent him a lot of money. They would not have
yeah.
sent some cokehead swinger any money. Basically what Zombie Bomb is saying. And
I'm
they're
just
right.
surprised there's
You
not
know,
as
like
many
Jack
Charlie
Murphy.
Sheen
Like, people
memes.
liked Jack Murphy. They enjoyed listening to him on Tim Pool. They subscribed to the liminal seminal order or whatever. And as soon as they found out he was letting other dudes fuck his wife and that he liked to fuck little boys and shit, people were like, what is this? Yeah, people watched Rekieta because he was legitimately hilarious, and he was a wholesome family guy who was doing everything the way that, like, dissident right people want to do things: homeschool kids, small community, wife,
Mhm.
educated, and behind the scenes, he's got a bunch of these little concubines running around, these cute little blondes like April, and Yeah, dude, if people knew that, they wouldn't be sending him money. They wouldn't be supporting the show. Yeah, and I also do like this comment from Carl Johansson. Why have a church or a pastor if they just turn you in for a 30-year sentence instead of helping you? That is a good question. In Nick's case, I don't believe Nick wants the help. I don't. Maybe now he might.
That's what
Um,
some of the streamers have said that know him, that interact with him more, that, they've kind of seen some patterns with him. Like I was listening to some podcasts while I was working today,
yeah,
and a lot of the streamers and like good friends. I mean, Joe was talking about him. Like Joe, Joe probably being one of his staunch supporters, but was just saying, hey, this. I mean, summarizing, true. We still want him to get help. We still want the best for him. We don't want him to go to jail. I mean, most of the creators are saying that have interacted with Nick are routinely on his show, or vice versa, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
it,
Like
it's
Nick
just a sad
is.
situation, man. I mean,
Yeah,
at the
it
end of the day,
sucks because like Nick has all this potential, and he has this wanting to just to run into a fire and just go fucking crazy, which is
right?
why he dives into the drama, and he's a wild dude. But when you have that mentality and you have this personality and then you start doing illegal substances and it makes you
Yep.
feel good and it's a lot of fun, you and your wife and all these women or whatever, doing drugs, having sex and all that, and you don't want it to stop, and it feels too good. It just
Yeah.
and he will rationalize it, which is what April's husband was saying. It's like, look, people have talked to Nick privately, and they wanted to get him off the drugs, and he just makes all these fucking excuses for it. Kind of like
Or
when
at
me and
least,
you talked about, your consume habits, your consume sins.
hey,
You're
I've been
fucking
good. I could have gone
rationalizing
to.
it.
I could have gone to 2 concerts this week, and I was good because I'm coming up and hanging with you in Vegas next week. So that's where the money's
Yeah.
going. But
Yeah.
in
But
any case,
before
yeah,
that,
yeah,
and
I had a
I've
little bit of consumer
rationalized some
sense.
shit in my life too. Like I'm not perfect. I'm not without sin. I'm not
Yeah.
without error for sure. But I've never exposed kids to drugs,
Yeah.
and
Well,
I never exposed children to that kind of degeneracy.
yep.
And just given my background, I've saved lives, and I'm
Yeah.
very proud of myself. And again, I love Nick, and this fucking sucks. And I just hate that the Rippertards, they got a massive W
I don't
this
even want
past
to
few
look at
days.
the. I don't even want to look at Kiwi. I've been avoiding Kiwi
I
farms
don't
just
go on
because
that
I know.
website. I was texting somebody about the situation because we we're familiar with Nick. I'll just
Yeah,
kind of keep it light, and she was just like, you know, like
all
we
the
don't really
Spurgs
go on
are
the
on there.
farms. We don't fuck with that stuff.
Yeah,
He also
literally
told
is
us. Oh, hold on.
that.
Let me read some of these comments really quick. He also told us from the start he's the king of the grifters, though. He said it again and again. Nick exposed kids to Gen Life. I don't feel sorry for him and won't care if they throw the book at him.
Well,
Omega
look,
Tony is
okay,
God.
okay. So I want to clarify that comment. Do you mean that he exposed kids to that being his own kids, or by
Both.
people watching his show?
No, both. Like
Because
Nick was partying with April and Aaron. So Nick and his wife were with April and her husband. They were at their house. He brought drugs into another man's home and he has
allegedly,
3 kids. Aaron was like, he confronted Nick and he started chimping out. He's like, everyone needs to get the fuck out of my house. And then he was like trying to apologize and rationalize it. And he would message Aaron, Nick would message Aaron and be like, look, dude, it seems like, you're trying to, be a buzzkill. It seems like you're trying to, control people's, good time and shit. Like, I can just imagine him saying that. And it really sucks. He turned a mom to a coke whore. Is that your mom? No, it's not my
like,
mom.
here's what I'm gonna say. Here's what I'm gonna say. This is verbatim what I sent him on his locals just after all this happened, because he made that post. I think he had that post up basically saying he wanted to go stream tonight and then he wasn't going to, which is good that he didn't, because he needs some time to decompress and get counsel and at least beat or diminish the charges and do a plea deal. But
Yeah.
you know, I just said, dude, take some time to decompress, get some good counsel to represent you and your wife. Don't do anything that's going to jeopardize your freedom. If you're going to stream, for the love of God, don't talk about your case, especially since it's criminal. We don't want you to end up in prison. We
Yeah.
expect the grifting. after your case is over and when you can talk about things. Although it would
Let,
be.
let me address some of these
Oh, go
comments
ahead.
really quick. So he
Yeah, you go
turned
for
a
it.
mom into a coke. April Imhoff doesn't have children, I think. Her
Do you
husband,
know?
Aaron, has 3 children with another woman. And the ex-wife is involved and she understands the situation and she's been very supportive of Aaron. And Aaron came clean. He's been very transparent with his. So those kids in Aaron's home, in Aaron and April's home, they're not her kids.
Mhm.
And like, if if my wife left me to go do drugs and have sex with this
Yeah,
weird
you'd be
throuple
pissed.
thing, no, because his kids are graduating and they're gonna have this graduation ceremony, and it's not even entirely obvious she's gonna be present. And I think he was mentioning that like the kids are like, why is April so distant and so weird and what's happening? Um, yeah, man. And to Carl Johansson's point, there are psychologists who actually give little kids speed. Yeah, I know.
That's
There
literally
are
called ADHD, man.
that is exposing kids to drugs. True. I would be surprised if Nick's children's ever saw any drugs. I would hope not. I would hope not. But me personally, my personal view is if you have children and you bring illegal substances into the home, like you failed. You fucked up. That's just my personal philosophy. It's not really popular with a lot of people because of my anti-drug stance, because I hate the internationalists. I hate the people in the media promoting drug use, all drug use.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to do that. I don't want to be controlled by the people that you're not allowed to talk about because the FBI will come after you. So yeah, it's just it just sucks, man. And like I said, it's a fucking LA thing to do, Coke. Fucking to just smoke weed like a fucking like an old dad that you are. The people the people exposing children to gender affirming care are just fine, but Nick has to go to prison because he had some drugs. Oh yeah, dude, believe me, if it was up to me, anybody promoting this gender theory bullshit should be in prison.
Yeah, no,
Anybody
that's
suggesting medical care for children who are not sick should be in prison for a very long time.
that's literally the word.
People who are goading these children to change
Yeah.
their gender or whatever, they should go to prison. I
Yeah.
genuinely believe that. I don't care if these fucking bitches think I'm a
Those people
fascist.
should go to prison more than the people that
Yeah, you know, and
that
I
had
can
the
buy
first
that
time offense
theory.
here.
I can buy
Yeah.
that the children never saw drugs. They never saw drugs. But you know what? I was a child at one
Yeah.
point, and I was an at-risk youth from a broken home, etc. And
Yeah.
dude, it looks fucking bad.
No,
And
and
it didn't
look,
make me. And thinking about it now, like it didn't make me feel good back then, and I don't feel good thinking about it now. And like
yeah.
he royally fucked up. I'm hoping the praying that this was not going on that long. It seems like it spiraled out of control within the last few months, last
Probably the
couple
Monty
months.
case, man, because the appeal went bad. I mean, there's like a bunch
And
of
again,
stuff
dude,
that's
you
hitting
can't
him.
just fucking bear false witness against people. Yeah, maybe Monty is a piece of shit. Maybe Monty is cringe. Maybe he fucking sucks and he's all the awful things besides
He
but
allegedly had like a snuff film or something like that, and that's what Rekieta rags on him for.
yeah.
But my like, regardless of the situation, man, I mean, I can understand when people are under a lot of stress, but obviously if you're diving into drug use and becoming an alcoholic, then obviously you need to get help. And
You have to
like
want it, dude. You have to
yeah,
want
no,
it.
I mean that's the thing, and I really hope, and like I'm, as you guys can tell, I'm giving the man the benefit of the doubt here. I'm trying to think positive.
You know, I know
Um,
I come off as harsh against like Rekieta, but again,
mm,
I'm not gonna give like the super long
yeah,
story, but I'll just say this: like I had a friend, this cute little blonde girl, and she posted on Facebook, I think. She's like, I'm fucked up. I need help, and I need someone to give me a ride to rehab because they're willing to take me in, but I have nobody to take me. She pushed everybody in her life away, and me and her are cool. I never had an issue with her. I think she's fine, and I never judged her for it. I never made jokes at her expense, and I was the only person that was willing to go and pick her up, and I took her to rehab, and she was there for over a month. And now she's got a boyfriend, and she looks clean. She looks very healthy, and
that's
she's
good.
so cute. And if Nick needed that help, like right now, and if there was some way for me to meaningfully help him while I'm in Vegas and he's in Minnesota, I absolutely would. And, sometimes you just got to tell people like they fucked up, like what
Mhm.
they did was wrong. And if there's more to the story as he suggests, now he's saying, "Oh, we'll never know." That's legal. That's legal talk. That if he's lucky, he'll get a deal. He won't do prison time. He'll have to pay a fine to the courts, restitution of some sort, and he'll have to go into a diversion program, and he'll have to be good for They'll probably take his guns away if a
That's good.
felony charge sticks.
Well, okay, I think right now technically I forget the ruling that just came out of the Supreme Court. I don't, or it might have been one of the district courts, but technically I don't think they can take away someone's guns while they're under investigation or the charges have been filed. They can only take away some individuals' Second Amendment rights if they've been convicted of a felony.
Yeah.
And if he pleads down to a misdemeanor, then he'll get his guns back. That's
But
my understanding of it, but
yeah, let me address some of these comments really quick. So Carl hold on, Carl Johan, the people exposing children. Okay, I read that. Anthony Jordan writes, the pastor did the right thing. Those kids were in danger. That being said, he shouldn't have been allowed to be a member of the church for the frequent on-stream drinking alone. Yeah, dude, drinking like that is cringe. And I like to party. I was fucking EDC week
I
just
finished my
passed.
rum and coke.
I was, fucking excision,
And
with
you
the
didn't
neck
even go to
brace.
Signal World. I'm
Um,
still giving you shit for that.
But
not
dude,
going to
like,
Signal World.
no, man, you gotta know when to stop. Dude, like, it's time to grow up, man. Like, you got fucking kids, bro. You're married. People look up to you. Like, you got a responsibility. Dude, you're hanging out with Trump and all these fucking,
Did he got
at
invited to the White House, didn't he?
Mar-a-Lago. Like, what are you doing, dude? The fuck are you doing? Where's my
can't-
invite to Mar-a-Lago? I'm fucking drug free. Nick might be a cool guy, but he doesn't want to give up his vices. What happens when you can't give that up? You suffer. Oh yeah, he's suffering. Oh dude, he's all his enemies. They're all out there just waiting to take a piece of his ass, and everyone's watching what he's doing. Dude, he was trending with fucking Trump and all these other people. Like, this is a big deal, and he is a big streamer. And like I said, he's hanging out at Mar-a-Lago, and he fucking does this shit. It's like, dude, you got this like you live in a small town and you're taking all these L's in court, and then you go and commit a fucking crime, and like the judge is the same person. Like, what's happening, man?
I'd actually be kind of wondering if he could get the case transferred to a different
It's not gonna
court.
happen. I doubt it'll happen.
Because the only thing I can think of is the conflict of interest with his civil case that's going
doubt
on right
it.
now.
I doubt
Because
it.
if the same judge is overseeing the civil case as the criminal case, I'm sure there's some remedy that allows him to at least get a different judge or move it to a different court. That would be
Alright,
my
so,
guess, but I don't know.
All right, I gotta address something else in the chat. So, Zombie Bomb writes, Gio, you're orange. Is orange as a chat background. Scott wants to know why your glasses are so big. It's because I'm so blind. I like them. They look like my grandpa's. He died in 1987.
Oof.
R.I.P. Grandpa, who died in 1987. I don't know why they're big. This is just a style. My Burberrys were a lot smaller, but they got fucking stolen at the Paris Hotel and Casino. So I had to. These are just Oakleys. Oakley doesn't even make large glasses. Maybe they just look so big on my small face. I don't know. Holy shit! That is 129
Okay, so I got
years.
it. I haven't heard this story. How'd you lose them at the Paris? Were you just
No,
like
they
playing
got
slots
fucking
or something?
stolen. All right, so I had friends visiting from out of town. We go. They were staying at the Paris Hotel and Casino, so I show up there, and then we ended up going out to eat at the Margaritaville. And then we were just like walked around the strip. We went to bars and stuff. And then it was late at night when it was time for me to go home. I go to my car. Someone broke into my car and they stole my garage door opener and they stole my very expensive Burberry glasses with my updated prescription. So now I'm wearing my Oakleys. I don't usually wear these. So that's why I'm wearing them. I don't, like I said, maybe they're not that big, I think. Maybe they just look so big against my small little face.
Park in front of the cameras at all the hotels.
Dude, there's surveillance all over these casinos, bro. Like, some fucking piece of shit stole my fucking glasses. Those things are useless. They're useless to them. And the garage door opener, what the fuck?
That's
So
just
yeah,
that's so their buddies can burgle you later if they find you where out where you live. But
yeah. Good
yeah,
luck.
that's why they do
I
that.
got I got guns, dude. I got guns everywhere. It's not gonna end well for them. I've been
Castle
aching to get
Doc.
into a fight.
Hey! Castle Doctrine. I'm just gonna say that in self-defense,
Yeah,
you're
Nevada
not
has
itching for a
robust self-defense laws. Yeah, we're a
Same
stand
here
your
with
ground
Arizona.
state too, so I can stand my fucking
Oh,
ground.
speaking of which, speaking of stand your ground, I know this is a totally different subject. I want to interject here. That rancher finally got released from prison down
Yeah,
here
we
in
talked about that
Arizona.
last week.
Okay, I
Yeah,
missed that stream then.
he essentially beat the case because everybody found him innocent except for one shitter. They declared a
Yep,
mistrial and they're not going to retry him. So yeah, good.
yep.
I mean, if they would have retried him, he would have just got. They would have found him innocent regardless. It seems like the
Yeah.
facts of the case were just not good.
There was some
Um,
idiot down there, juror, and there's like, no, you can't self-defend. No.
let
But
me
yeah,
see.
that's pretty much that.
What do you think of this theory? They're saying that an official Chris Chan medallion, once Nick Rekieta put this on, he was just doomed to like fuck up.
That's kind of like the Tanu lock in Tarkov. So yeah, I can see that theory.
Also, they're saying that I'm orange. I don't know about orange. My arms aren't that orange.
I mean, I'm white as fuck. So I mean,
Dude, I
if
was on
he's
a roof all day
so yeah,
because I'm
you're
renovating
a
a
little
house. Like
you're a
I
little
had to
burned.
sit down, you guys, because I'm so fucking tired. I'm so beat up, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, we got to do the stream. I made a promise. I can't lie. Friedrich Marx is gonna fucking spam me with like calling me lazy and shit. So I
Hey,
can't
man, at
do
least he
that.
didn't call you late and gay. That's
Yeah.
trademark for rackets. So
Yeah, I should have played the sad like trumpet music, but I didn't have time to set it up.
do I have it on my soundboard? Hang on.
Yeah, yeah, like the little military. It's like
That
so I'll be
no,
like,
I
yo, I want salute emojis in the chat, F's in the chat for Nick Rekieta's career.
yeah, I'm looking right now. Oh, here it is.
Dude, that's not it, bro. It's a
But
fucking
that's
military one, dude.
the military one. But I had the sad trombone.
Oh
That's
yeah,
that's the
no,
closest I got.
no, we got that. Let's see, F's in the chat. Yeah, F's in the chat for his career. I think if he doesn't go to prison, I think he's gonna be fine. I think he's gonna like, dude. People have come back from like way worse, way worse. Okay, so all right. So do we have any other crime shit going on? I mean, I don't know what else to add to this. I think
Palestine
we covered
drama.
everything. Because a lot of people are just like, the cringe takes are usually from the Ripitards saying that, this is what he gets because he's like hanging out with Vito and Dick Masterson. It's like, dude, that's not how this works. That's how none of those fucking retards have any friends. Like they think like, he abandoned Eric July and therefore, I don't even understand.
That was
it.
great, by the way. That new intro with all that.
Oh yeah,
10
do you
out of
like the
10.
intro? What do you think, man?
Yeah. And then
The
you had fucking what's his name? Oh, I met him at Amfest. The guy that took over Elijah's job.
Nick Alex Stein?
Pimp on a Blip. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was hilarious.
Well, dude, the story behind that clip was people were trying to get Dick Masterson on Alex Stein's Blaze Network show.
Mhm.
Eric July, because of who he is and because he's a fucking crybaby, went to Glenn Beck and's like, dude, I don't want fucking Dick Masterson anywhere near the network. I don't want any of the personalities talking with Dick Masterson. And Alex Stein had to fucking patch it up with Eric July. So they were hanging out and there's like, yo, bro, people think there's beef and there's drama. No, everything is cool. And it was like, it looked like a Hamas like hostage video where like, Eric July has like a little gun or something to, Alex Stein's head. And he's like, you're going to say what I want you to say, or there's going to be problems with your career. And yeah, apparently Eric July has that kind of pull, man. I mean, he's gotten multiple streams of mine taken down. And yeah, he's a fucking
kind of
piece of
a
shit, dude.
I'd say he's a bitch. Like
Yeah.
seriously, it's like I've seen some of his recent posts too, and it's just like, dude, seriously, stop. What are you doing? Like people think certain people online have egos. Man, Eric July's ego is just just
I've never seen
out
anything
there.
like it, dude. I've never seen anything like it.
It's
Now,
like that. It's like that Futurama episode where it's the actor and he has that like green monster thing that just keeps growing and growing. And the actor has like a bag over his head. If you take off the bag, everyone like dies pretty much. I can't.
I'm not
remember
familiar
the-
with it.
Yeah,
But yeah, I
chat
mean,
if
the
you
only
watch
person that I
Futurama.
know that has an ego like that, I mean, I don't know him that well. It's an actor, Justice Smith. He was the guy in the Society of Magical N-Words, that movie. He was the young, mystery meat boy protagonist. That dude's ego is so fucking big. Like the dude is just like so up his own ass. And he fucking like I hope he got humbled. I hope he got humbled by that movie fucking bombing so hard. They got to drop that shit over the Gaza Strip because it bombed so fucking hard. You know what movie I'm talking about?
No, but I'm just laughing at that Gaza Strip comment
Oh
because
yeah, you like that one? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, no, like Justice Smith is an actor and he's also a puppeteer. So I'm like also like in the puppet community. And he was in a movie called Society of Magical N-Words. I'm not even
okay.
exaggerating this. You don't remember the trailer to this? It was like it went viral, bro. It was
No,
in theaters. I think it made like $1 million. And it had some really big names attached to it too. And it just fucking bombed so hard. So yeah, I was pretty happy about it. Now before we get into the topics, we gotta talk about the moon landing, you guys, and how fucking fake it
Fake.
is. It's as fake
Faking
as
gay.
Eric July's personality. How do I first off, we're not gonna get into the debate shit or the topics. What are you laughing, Spencer? What's so funny? You believe
No,
in the moon landing or something, bro?
no, I'm just saying the moon landing is fake and gay. I mean, because I don't want to spoil what we're gonna be talking about here,
Yeah.
but just the excuses NASA's making right now, it's just like, okay, guys, wink, it happened.
Yeah. Look, the debate's gonna be on Wednesday at 8 p.m. I don't know if it's gonna be Pacific or Eastern. I gotta double check. One of the guys who's a part of the Modern Day Debate Show, he was a part of a community Discord channel that I was in, and we've talked before. And we'll probably talk again on Discord briefly, but yeah, it's gonna happen. And I guess the guy gonna be debating. You know what? Let's go to Twitter really quick before we dive into these stories. I want to see let's see what this guy's about, because I honestly have not really looked at his shit. And by the way, please don't like attack him or like message him or anything. Be nice, be respectful. I've been
Oh,
respectful
Ethan Ralph
too.
still has me blocked from the whole Elijah thing too. That's
Who?
oh, Ethan Ralph. I just saw that. I was trying to pull up that post that he posted earlier from that other comment.
Yeah, this guy right here, Ozzy and Talks. So he's got a lot more followers than I do. Matters Snow.
But he follows you.
Oh, Matters now. Yeah, we followed each other. We had a respectful interaction, and but no, dude, I'm gonna be fucking ruthless at the debates. I'm gonna be so sharp. I'm gonna be so witty, and whatever he throws at me, I'm gonna be able to counter it, you guys. The whole point is not even to be like super factual. I just have to win over the audience, and I think I'm going to be able to do that. So let's just see.
A puppet to the
I'm
debate.
here to talk.
Oh shit. Let me see if I can find anything on the moon. I'm just gonna type in moon.
Okay.
Moon
Now, did you
landing
hear
is
my
historically documented according to Flatzoid is true. Let's just watch this really quick. Let's see what's going on here. All right, dude, he's wearing a fedora, so kind of cringe. The fuck?
I mean, I inherited one from my grandpa years ago, but
do you wear it?
I mean, it'd have to be like a specific theme that like it was one of those like you're going to a party and it's this era dress. You know, you gotta dress up. You have to have a suit from this era. Then it's like,
Dude, what the fuck is going on, dude? Like, it won't let me click on anything.
Your tab
shit.
is dead. You've angered the Google overlords, sir.
Oh my god.
You've angered CISA. You have angered the FBI. You've angered all the intelligence agencies.
Dude, I gotta exit the page.
Uh,
All right, well, YouTube fucking fell apart. I apologize for that. Let's see. Just attack the religious beliefs in all authority and show the various examples of fake NASA pics and sus rocket footage. Yeah, but like, look, to really win, in my opinion, to really win a debate regarding the moon landing, you got to go in with philosophy. It's all about the philosophy. And I think, I don't want to give away, the secret sauce.
Don't do it.
But I think
I'm
going to be able to win this pretty convincingly. I'm going to try to I want to be the one to do the opening statement. I want to be able to, I don't know the format. In my mind, I'm going to be able to have my opening statement, and then he's going to have his opening statement, and then we're going to be able to rebut each other. And I think my opening statement is that's gonna have to be the kill shot, you guys, because he's gonna come at me with all these fucking stupid sources and shit like they always do. And I know the playbook because I used to be a fucking atheist, a militant atheist. I was, oh my God, I love science so much. It's so cool. We're just stardust. Like I was that cringe moron. The only thing I didn't do, probably the only reason why I've been able to be redeemed under the, in the eyes of the Lord, is because I didn't like really like buy too much or like really go all in on that spaghetti monster shit. Because they propped up the spaghetti monster stuff to really make fun of Christians and shit. And I thought that was just too much cringe, back then for me, and it's still cringe to this day. Yeah, people who use it, they're just like shithead millennials and like Gen Xers, and their politics are garbage anyway. So yeah,
I'll just say this, a certain previous first black president mentioned something back that was very important about space program. I'll just leave it at that. Wink, wink.
you got to
Nudge,
send me
nudge.
a video. But yeah, keep your
Talk to
secrets. He might be
Jacob.
watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Have Jacob
I
send you
just
that one.
I just want to be able to speak first, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna allow him to speak. I'm gonna be respectful, because I want people to hear what I have to say, and I want people to hear what he has to say, and I believe I'm gonna come out on top, and I think it's gonna be a really really good fucking debate, and like I have some objectives because like a lot of the people that are engaged in like moon landing denialism, if that's what you want to call it, like a lot of them just come off as like like super like schizo and stuff, and I genuinely believe there is I believe that there needs to be legitimacy in denying these events that are pushed forward by the internationalists in our public schools. So we'll just leave it at that. Why would someone question the moon landing? Aaron, that is a great question. The reason why people would fuck, man. All right, we're really gonna talk about this. Which debate is worse, the
The
flat
same
Earth or the
reason why
fake
we
moon
question
landing?
everything that
I
government
think the
does.
flat Earth debate, if there is such a thing, is probably worse because I think flat Earth theory and the whole flat Earth community, the flat Earth conversation, I think that's a government psyop just to waste time, just to waste people's time. It's just a jackass endeavor to engage in. My personal belief about the Earth being round or flat, I'll just say this: I don't fucking know. I've never been to space. I've never been on a rocket ship, and I've been on planes. And when I look out the window, looks kind of flat to me, but I don't really fucking know. By the way, Ozian Talks, he did ask me. He's all like, "You're not a flat earther, right?" And I'm like, "Nah, not really. How the fuck would I know?" And dude, people chimp out when I say I don't know. Like, there's nothing wrong with not knowing. Now, the moon landing, there's nothing wrong with rejecting the moon landing shenanigans. There really isn't. Let's see. Hold on.
I'm
So
looking at that second chat there.
yeah. So
Like what?
yeah.
My
Because they
brain.
stand out from the normal opinion. A boomer once told me he knew we went to the moon because he could see the flag with binoculars. Okay. Yeah, that guy's fucking with you. The moon landing was real, but there is no moon. Okay, you're gonna get banned for that cringe Star Wars reference, Zombie Bomb. Question the moon landing for fun, obviously. Well, dude, that's how it started with me. I made a joke that the moon landing was fake, and like this person chimped out on me. Somebody I personally know chimped out on me. And I'm like, bro, it's a fucking joke. Like, who cares what people believe? Like it doesn't matter if you deny the moon landing. Like real or not, it doesn't matter. But people will fucking yell at you and scream at you. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe there's something there. And I looked into some shit. I did some research and I'm like, you know what? I think there's a lot more to it. And Aaron, so I feel like it's to push an agenda that people think they're smarter than other people. Yeah, okay, so flat Earth
You mean
theory,
the government
for
ruling
example,
fast?
the flat Earth theory stuff. Like, I feel like the government, like they send out like these little autistic guys, and the little autistic guys are like, "Yo, the Earth is flat," and then the libtards, these fucking Biden enjoyers, they'll debate these people and waste their time doing that instead of focusing on the economy and focusing on the family, focusing on things that matter. And it gives them a dopamine rush because they're beating up on some giga chud on the internet. And yeah, it's a way to make retards feel smarter and better about themselves. I genuinely do believe the government is planning these people to do that. And just it's a time suck. So I just don't fucking care. Even if someone like, oh yeah, Earth is flat, I'm like, okay, don't care. Oh no, it's
Operation
round, and people
Mockingbird.
who say that otherwise are crazy and should be put in penitentiary. I don't fucking care. But why is it important to deny the moon landing? I didn't fully answer that. I think it's important to hold the government accountable and to question everything that it does. And my personal philosophy about the government is always guilty until they prove otherwise. Every claim they make, they need to be able to prove it with concrete, tangible evidence, concrete, tangible proof, something that we can physically see and hold in our hands. And if they're not able to do that, I don't fucking care, and I'm not going to believe it. And people just have an issue with that because I'm skeptical of the governments, and I believe we've earned the right to be skeptical of government and regime media, etc., etc. Let me see. People don't want to believe that they're dumb when they are. It's okay to be dumb. I don't know about that, but maybe. The Jedi are weak. Vader was right. Zombie bomb, shut the fuck up. It's like that one guy that genuinely believes 1 × 1 = 2. There are people like that. Maybe they're dyslexic and think the X is a plus sign. Carl Johansson, flat Earth and faking gay aliens. Oh, you do the alien stuff. That drives me crazy because I know the alien stuff. That's a hoax. That's a psyop. They want to prop up the alien stuff to like unify humanity under the banner of Earth. You know, whatever.
Yeah, under the United Nations and one world government of all these elites that are connected to the Federal Reserve. Yeah. Let's just give all these people who have been undermining every nation for years. Let's give them ultimate power.
Yeah.
Didn't we get away from a monarchy? Or I guess this would be what, technically a corporatocracy, or what would be the actual
I don't
like
know, bro.
definition
I
of it?
don't put a lot of stock into these labels. I think they're all stupid, and
They're
I don't
just
know. A
evil people
monarchy
out
sounds
there.
pretty cool to me. Have like a benevolent king who actually loves his subjects and his people.
King Trump.
Yeah, yeah. Instead of
Well,
fucking.
technically, the executive branch is supposed to be like that king role, but
Well,
then he's
it
checked by the
isn't.
two other branches.
Yeah, King of Israel. If NASA is gonna lie to people with fuck, am I gonna get banned for that? If NASA
Probably.
is gonna lie to people with giga fake pics on their website, the moon believers are stupider than flat earthers. Agreed. Zombie Bomb is a Sith. Oh my fucking god, dude! My chat turned so fucking retarded so quickly. Like I enjoy it better when you guys call me like a simp and all this other shit. But now I'm seeing all this pro Star Wars shit in my chat. Oh my god!
You know what it is? It's Friday night and everyone's having some drinks, I think.
I'm having water.
I think that might be it. Well, you have water. I finished my rum way early on in the stream, and
I'm an AI up
water out
Vader
out of
dragon with Swazi scales.
There you go.
Oh, dude, what the fuck? Is that real? I thought you had a Trump vodka thingy. It's a very cool mug.
Trump mug, yeah.
Yakub made the white man. Terrence Howard. Haha, Asian aliens. I don't know what I'm reading. I don't know what you guys are saying anymore. The chat is out of control.
I do have a lightsaber in the back, though. I'm not going to engage with the chat, though, on this villainy here. Where I bought that years ago at WonderCon. So,
okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to bring it out, though. But what color lightsaber are you? You got to go with purple. Gotta go with purple.
I mean, if I had a gun to my head and I had to choose what color lightsaber I am, I would be the one that is like red because like my blood would be all over it from cutting my own fucking head off. Jill, make a Sith puppet. No, absolutely not.
He's gonna get sued by Disney.
I hate Star Wars so much.
He's gonna get sued by Disney.
I can't fucking stand Star Wars.
Right to jail.
I hate this consumer
right away.
horror culture. I fucking hate Mark Hamill. He's such a stupid boomer piece of shit.
No, Mark Hamill is a complete degenerate fucking elite.
He's a cringe lord, dude. He's a fucking cringe lord.
No, literally, did you see the meme? He's like, oh, look at me. I'm hanging out with President Biden. Oh, look at this.
Dude, there's no meme, bro. There's no meme. It's just pure cringe.
It was just like Star Wars. That was literally what someone photoshopped. Was instead of saying Star Wars, it was Star Wars with him and Mark Hamill. So, yeah.
All right, well, Zombie Bomb is under the impression that I
love
love Star Wars. I did when I was a kid, like I had all the fucking toys.
I just find it hilarious how the guy that was literally playing the good guy ends up being the bad guy in real life.
He became a villain. Zombie, get a pink one because she is a girl. Yeah, Zombie, you get a pink one so it can match your pussy, the color of your pussy.
Damn.
Well, at least that's what I read on Wikipedia. I don't know.
Canceled. Canceled.
I only have sex with chicks in the dark, so I don't know what it looks like.
You sure they're chicks then?
All right.
He's not answering. He's not
What'd you
answering.
say? What'd you say? I was drinking. I didn't hear you.
I said, are you sure they're chicks then?
I'm almost certain they are. That's why I gotta wear
Almost
that.
certain.
Damn, Joe, you dating ugly chicks or something? No. What the fuck? Are you guys? What do you?
Oh,
are people having
shit.
sex with the lights on? What do you wear your socks too while you're getting laid, Aaron? God,
He
dude.
probably does. Probably does.
Well,
No,
it's
he
not
wears
completely dark. I light a candle. You know, whatever.
he wears some shoes actually. He's got socks and shoes on.
Dude, that's like
and
one
a
of
t-shirt.
my. I hate to sound like a fucking TikTok bitch, but that's like one of my icks, dude. I don't wearing shoes on in bed. Makes me sick. Makes my
No,
skin
you
crawl.
take your shoes off when you go when you get inside the house, so you don't track in all the shit.
Aaron, absolutely with the lights on. Missionary wouldn't be as enjoyable in the dark.
You have bad vision then, man. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know. What to
I
tell
don't
you.
know about you guys, but I can see in the dark. So I don't know, bro. Yeah, but then like the lights, you know, makes everything.
You gotta make
so
it.
much
You gotta
hotter.
spice it up. You gotta make it romantic. You know, like either a fake, real candle or fake candle. You know, just
Yeah, I'll just light up the room with a lightsaber.
yeah. That's what Zombie would do.
Yeah. All right. What Star Wars toys did you have? Did you have the Millennium Falcon? Did you have Legos? Oh yeah, that's a great question. I had the action figures. I had like old action figures. I would buy them at this comic book shop right by my house way back in the day. I think it was called the Bat Cave. It was so cool. I loved it. I bought like the McFarlane Spawn figures there. They weren't really toys though. They were more like collectible type things. But I took them out of the box and you can like build stuff with them and stuff. It was really cool. I don't think I had a Millennium Falcon, but I had a lot of jets. I had a lot of stuff from Phantom Menace. I had a few things from some of the older movies. And oh man, dude, I sold them for like $300-400.
Damn,
They
that's pretty
probably
good.
would have been worth a lot more money now.
I still have all my shit in collection, man. But one thing that really pissed me off one day, I built a Lego TIE Interceptor, like the big one, which is probably about as big as my chest, right? You know, you guys know which one I'm talking about, like the actual Lego scale model one. And
No, I'm not familiar with it.
But anyways, it was a TIE Interceptor. And one day I get back from school, the cleaning lady was over. I guess she had bumped it off of the off of where it was sitting on a shelf, and it just completely shattered. I could not find any of the pieces, and like I was not able to put that thing back together. That was a bummer. I mean, I still have the original box and everything, but to be able to piece that shit back together, good fucking luck. You know,
Oh, I'm sorry.
it's
That
done.
sounds miserable.
But I got some memorabilia from my Comic-Con days and all that too. But right here, you guys can see on stream. This is how much of a nerd I am.
Oh, dude,
All-
consume sin, bro.
Consume sins. All my Comic-Con stuff from like years ago. It's got like the Halo stuff in here.
Oh,
No,
God.
this is all free, by
Dude,
the
it's
way.
fucking nerd hour on my stream now. Holy
Nerd hour.
shit.
Yeah, your chat started it.
Yeah,
some
you
more
guys
Halo
talking about your
merch.
fucking retarded lightsabers, and now you got my buddy over here pulling out all his fucking toys and Comic-Con shit.
Well, I mean, it's not. There's no actual like stuff in there. It's just all the bags from previous years. But I mean, yeah, there was some consume sins. I mean, I'm not gonna show everyone around my house right now, but I do have some some up here. It's like 007 poster that they handed out for free one year. I got Halo Nightfall signed by a lot of the cast there, and also Frank O'Connor, because Frankie obviously got to get signed by Frankie. Speaking of which, Nevada, Halo composer Marty O'Donnell running for office there as a Republican.
Yeah, I'll
There
vote for
it
him.
is.
If he's in my district, I'll vote for him. Let's see, Aaron, what's in the safe behind you? I can't say. It has to remain a secret. I can't be talking
it
about
cocaine?
the things. It's a cocaine. No, it is not. I categorically deny any illegal substances in this home or any items that would be deemed illegal.
See, okay, no, that's the thing. If they have a search warrant for something, you better keep that shit in somewhere that's not gonna be found easily. Like put in a safe, put in somewhere that makes it fucking hard for the cops to get at.
Dude, drug addicts
That's where
don't
he
care,
fucked up.
bro. They don't fucking care.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Uh,
there's really not that many stories. I didn't really prep much. I really just wanted to talk about Nick Rekieta and of course the moon landing debate next week on Wednesday at 8 p.m. with modern day debates. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see. What is all this really quick? Many Jewish students anxious and fearful hiding their religion on campus survey. Yeah, you know, the Rothschilds were doing this first. They're altering their early life segments on Wikipedia. So you're no longer going to know their religion or their heritage for whatever reason. And these students have been hunted down. They're being harassed and accosted in horrific ways because of their religion and other things and their ties to Israel or whatever. And I'm just wondering why the legacy media is not calling this out as fervently as it did imaginary fake hate crimes that were allegedly magically perpetrated by Trump supporters.
Can we just say that this is a coordinated effort by certain groups, which I will not name on stream?
Yeah.
I mean,
Please don't.
look at how concise everything is. Scroll down to that picture. I mean, look, pretty much the same style tents.
Maybe they all walked over to REI.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? I hear REA's got that bulk deal: buy 1,000 tents, buy a bunch of 1,000 Palestine flags, and you get like a major discount. Yeah, no, that was it.
Anti-Israel. Right. Let me read this really quick. Anti-Israel protests on campus have left a majority of Jewish students feeling less safe at school, with 40% saying they feel they must hide their Jewish identities. A new survey found. Khalil International, a Jewish campus organization, polled 310 students across the country and found 4 in 10 admitted to hiding their Jewish identities on campus, and 32% have been too afraid to attend religious events. Yeah, it's getting worse. Oh, yeah. This is Jillian Letterman, is a senior at Brown University and the outgoing chair of Hillel International Israelis Leadership Network. Well, I wonder how these people vote. I wonder how these guys vote. What are you guys voting for 2024? Do you have any part in all the harassment that you're engaged in? Did you do anything to, bring these people into the country? Yeah, it's kind of hard to be sympathetic when, we know what's happening, right? But yeah.
One thing I actually want to bring up too, now that you brought that up, is wasn't there a bill that they tried to pass which allowed U.S. representatives to also like do work for Israel or something like that? There was
I don't know, bro.
I'll have to find that and send it to you in the
Let me
chat,
see.
But...
They sold the horses from the Red Queen's playing card men. Zombie Bomb, please take the meds. I've still been hearing about the schoolgirls getting bullied for not having a Stanley Cup. I really love that nightmare. School kids, rather. No, the meds make her boring. Lulz. Tell them to ask Jesus for help. Oh, wait, they can't because they killed him. All right, well, that's what's going on.
I was trying to remember, I think I remember what it was. It was a U.S. representative or senator wearing like an IDF uniform. That's what it was.
I almost wanted to talk about this story over here on the right, but it's probably going to play a video that I don't want to show on the stream. This adorable little dog that's blind and deaf was shot by a magic American cop, and the cop was like, "Oh, well, I felt threatened."
For that little puppy.
Yeah. Dude, like a million of these little dogs can charge at me like violently, and I would like not be hurt at all if I'm wearing jeans. Yeah. Dude, shit like that makes me like want to be anti-cop. All right, well, we got to move on. Let's see. Biden's America. Illegal aliens are now staging fake robberies. Dude, I should just play the fucking hoax hate crime. All right. So illegal aliens are now staging fake robberies against themselves so they can apply for immigration status. So for those who aren't aware, illegal aliens get special protections in the U.S. if they are victims of a crime. So I'm just going to read this really quickly. So this is Chicago, which is like ground zero for like all the ghetto-ness in America. Well, I call it something else, but I can't say it on stream.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say. You can tell me afterwards. But
yeah. So 6 individuals conspired to stage armed robberies in Chicago and the suburbs so that the purported victims could apply for U.S. immigration visas reserved for certain crime victims, according to an indictment unsealed in federal court in Chicago. Parth Nai and Kiwan Young allegedly organized and participated in staged armed robberies at restaurants, coffee shops, liquor stores, and gas stations in Chicago and the suburbs of Lombard, Elmwood Park, St. Charles, Hickory Hills, River Grove, Lakeville, blah, 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 as well as restaurants in Rain, blah, 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 blah. The indictment alleges that Patal, Nalish, Patal, Ravan, Patal, damn, a lot of Patals, arranged with the Nai to be victims of the staged robbery so they could submit applications for U non-immigrant status, which is a U visa, which is set aside for victims of certain crimes who have suffered mental or physical abuse and are helpful to law enforcement or government officials in an investigation or prosecution. Wow. What more needs to be said? Illegal aliens, I mean, look, you want to fake a crime, you're in the best place. Jesse Smollett, infamous crime hoaxer.
You gotta learn from the best.
I bet Jesse Smollett is involved in a video game. I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. I don't want
in Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
Let's see. Sage. That's a crazy exploit. It is a crazy exploit. The first time that I've heard of these special U visas, I feel like I should have known more. Was when Governor Ron DeSantis sent all those illegal aliens to Martha's Vineyard, which is where I think Obama lives, right? He lives in Martha's Vineyard?
Yeah.
I think that sounds right. So Martha's Vineyard is like a little island, and it like the ultra rich live there. And they were like, oh, well, we love illegal aliens, blah, blah, blah. We're one race, the human race. And they're like, all right. So Governor DeSantis sends them all these illegal aliens, and they were freaking the fuck out. Because like, we got.
Don't they have big enough homes? Don't they have rooms with?
Yeah, but you know they're racist,
5 or 10
so they don't want to be
rooms in their
around these
mansions.
people. Yeah, but they're like legitimately racist and don't like them. So they're like,
yeah,
we don't want them
Democrats. That's why
we don't want them on our beautiful island. Get these dirty people out of here is what they were saying. And and because they are alleging what happened to them was a crime. So Governor DeSantis like tricked them. Like, dude, if Trump doesn't win this election, they're going to throw Governor DeSantis in jail. I legitimately believe that.
You think so?
I know so. It's gonna happen.
I mean, look, if Trump doesn't get elected, everyone's going to jail who opposed the administration. You, myself, everyone who spoken publicly and had a show or commented on that, they're gonna trump up you did some misinformation. It was a national security threat. CISA has determined X, Y, or Z. Right to jail right away. You know, that is literally what they're gearing up for, and that's why Trump has to win. Now, the theories are out there. Will the deep state shadow government just let Trump just go his 4 years and then go ham afterwards? Or will we see immediate change? That's just the outlying question.
Dude, I don't know. Dude, I think I'll have stronger opinions about what happens after the election. And even if like Trump wins it, right? They might contest it, dude, and they might even succeed. Like it's gonna be bad.
That was it Ohio or whatever that Biden's not on the ballot because the Democrats refused to change their date for nominating their candidate or whatever. I was reading something about that where I guess it's like a 90-day window to get or whatever window for the candidate to be on the ballot, but at the rate the convention is, it's going to be 70 days, meaning Biden wouldn't appear on that state's ballot.
I have to look into that. I don't know too much about that. That also unlikely. Trump is probably going to be on or Biden's going to be on the ballot in Ohio.
They would be violating the rules to get Biden on the ballot in that case.
Yeah, but the rules don't really matter. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I'll look into it. We'll see. Let's see. Obama got rid of those immigrants quicker than he got rid of that chef who saw Big Mike's Johnson. Carl Johansson, that is true. That is very true. R.I.P. to the stunning and brave chef who was murdered for looking at Big Mike's penis. Aaron writes, do you guys think a president should be able to run an unlimited amount of times? I don't think any government official should be the term limits for all elected officials. Every single one, from local counties, states, federal to the president. there's got to be limits
Just
because
nominate. I
I mean,
nominate
look at the
Fiora. Yeah.
Democrats. How many Maxine Waters do you want? In
Yeah.
office for fucking ever, or
No,
Pelosi's?
I think realistically, the corruption in DC is worse than term limits. But you kind of have to deal with those hand in hand, right? You
Yeah.
have to find a way to get rid of all the corruption, and then and then at the same time, put in term limits so you don't have Nancy Pelosi's stock profile because just
Yeah.
saying.
Well, Spencer, on an
Mhm.
unrelated note, For No Reason is having trouble sleeping. Would you be able to sing them a lullaby?
No reason, sing me a lullaby. I can put on some metal for you.
No, that's
but
not a
that won't
fucking
help you
lullaby.
sleep.
Here, I'll try it really quick. Chocolate
Okay.
rain. Some stay dry and others feel the pain.
No,
Alright,
no,
that's
I
all
got a
you're gonna
better
get.
one.
No,
No, I got a better one.
don't fucking play it. Don't fucking play your. Don't. You're gonna get me fucking copyright strike if you play some.
No,
fucking
I'm not
music.
gonna play anything over the soundboard. I'm gonna say, never gonna give you up.
No, please
never gonna
don't. No, don't fucking do it. All right, well, we got to move on.
Rickroll.
That's all the crime. Dude, there's like no politics really this show.
Kind of
Dude, what about the Mr. Bertram show? Now that I got you here, what do you think of Mr. Bertram, the Daily Wire's hot take on the cartoon genre? They're trying to, release this thing and promote it as a like super edgy, too hot to handle for the big networks. What do you think of Mr. Bertram?
I have not seen it, to be honest. I've been
What?
not.
Have
I
you
have
seen
not
clips
been.
of it?
No, I have not been watching the Daily Israel.
Okay, that's beast. But surely you've seen clips of the show
Yeah.
or the trailer.
No, I like seriously, like I have not ever since that fallout with Crowder and everything else, and just some of what Daily Wire has been doing. I've just kind of like not paid attention to them at all because to me they seem like controlled opposition.
You're probably right. So what do you? Okay. What would
I'm
you
getting a spam
expect
tonight,
from a
sorry.
cartoon show that brands itself as too edgy for cable? What would
Watch
you
South
think
Park.
this show is going to be like? Like how fun? You know what? Let's play a game. Let's see if Spencer laughs. We're gonna look at clips of Mr. Bertram. I saw this one, and as a
All right.
writer myself, as an artist myself, I'm gonna deconstruct this specific scene for you. And this is how like
Is this like Family Guy comedy though, or what are we talking like?
I'll let you be the judge. All right, you guys ready
Okay.
to watch this clip? Hold up.
Yep.
That sucks. I can't sleep when it's hot. It's weird to see Adam Carolla do such a clean show after doing Draw Together, the filthiest cartoon ever, besides maybe Mr. Pickles. I know, right? Yeah, dude, it sucks because like Adam Carolla is legitimately talented and he's legitimately hilarious. And he's got like a working class background. He's like a working man, and and he made it. So it's really sad. All right, so let's just go ahead and watch this clip. All right,
Also,
Spencer, I want to get your reaction.
I've been warned about you two. Your antiquated teaching philosophy strikes some as toxically masculine.
Does that scooter come in men's?
I've got my eye on you, Mr. Bertram.
Unfortunately, I'm taken.
How about that? First day of school, and we've already made a friend.
Yeah, because Mr. Bertram is so manly. There's power tools and shit in the background, and his enemy is some fucking fruitcake riding an electric moped. I don't know, Spencer, you look like you got this stink face on you. Like,
Yeah, I do, because I'm trying to also find my soundbite that doesn't get us in trouble.
oh, dude,
I
I'll play one for you. How about like,
Brett, do you have the right to jail one?
no. Yeah, that's what I think of the show.
No, here, I got one.
Gay!
Yeah,
That's my thought.
this is pretty bad. Here, let's read some of these comments and see what people are saying. Sussy boy writes, try to laugh challenge. What two consenting adults do in the privacy of their own home is no concern of mine.
Yeah.
I love this. I forgot I liked this one. He's fucking Adam Carolla's character is he's holding a mug that says I heart Israel and the little Israeli flag under there. I don't know what that means, but it made me laugh.
Okay, you know what? I kind of have to like eat crow here because at the start of this show, when I was admittedly playing devil's advocate for a certain creator
Yeah.
that we both like,
Yeah.
I did say, what happens in the bedroom is not really a concern as long as they're not doing anything illegal. So I guess I have to like this show now, guys. Sorry. This is the
Lame.
best. This is the best show ever. If you don't watch this show, you are a bigot, and Mossad will come after you.
Okay. So you're towing the line. Make him do a joke. Oh, I can't read that.
Oh, I
We
already
should
did.
arrest everyone who watched this show after we win. Christ gnosis? I agree. I bet that woke teacher supports Hamas. I hope there's an episode where Mr. Burcham and his black friend show him that nobody messes with America's greatest ally.
Oh man. Dude, okay, so what is I'm just not understanding the plot of this show. So you have the two guys there, which the one's wearing the wedding ring, and then it's implied that those two are a gay couple. But then there's the other really super gay dude that's over there that's like making comments and has the little fruity scooter. It's just like, what is going on here? I do not understand this show.
All right, well,
Within
let's
that,
deconstruct this scene.
yeah, let's
As
see.
somebody who is a
deconstruct it.
professional writer, okay, so let's just. All right,
Yeah.
so here we go. So let me set this up really quick. Mr. Burcham and his magic American friend.
So
This is
they're
the
the
first day
interracial
of
couple.
school, so they're walking together. Now, Mr. Burcham is like a tough guy. You know, he
But is
fucks
he-
his wife with the lights off, and missionary only. And he wears his wedding ring, and he's got power tools and shit. And then this fruitcake, in the electric moped, he's like, "Oh, toxic masculinity bad, or masculinity of any kind is bad." And then Mr. Burcham calls him gay, essentially.
I've been warned.
Okay,
about you
so
two.
that's
You're-
the disconnect.
Yeah,
That's the disconnect.
Yeah,
Just
see-
because of the way the scene unfolded, I thought that the black dude and Mr. Bertram there, or whatever the character's name is, because of the wedding ring, were the
he's
were
married
the
to a
gays.
chick. He's a dude. It's an anti-woke show. Or at least it
Okay,
pretends
okay.
to be.
I've
Okay.
been warned about
I
you
don't know, just
two.
the intro there
Your
was a little sus.
antiquated teaching philosophy strikes some as toxically masculine.
Is that Scooter?
Dude, like at that point, like are people like laughing? Like is that like
No.
dude, there's somebody out there who legitimately believes this is funny. I gotta get him on the show and just be like, dude, what's wrong with you?
Dude, there's a way of doing humor that makes fun of all this stuff, and South Park has already done it. Like literally, you just need to. And I know people have different views on South Park, but literally, South Park has covered all this shit, and it's been way more funny because they also poke fun at both sides.
It's not even just that. The reason, like, okay, South Park engages in a literary device called absurdism or absurdity. So when they're like doing a parody of The Lord of the Rings, that one episode,
That was
it's
a fun
so
one.
over the top and it's so zany and wild and offensive. It's absolutely hilarious. It's a gut buster. Now, this show is trying to do, it's trying to do comedy, which is failing miserably. And their go-to line, the punchline is this guy in skinny jeans and a man bun is upset because of their masculinity and he's calling it toxic, and the response is to call him gay in an underhanded way. And it just isn't funny. Like, it's just not funny. The delivery isn't funny. These stereotypes aren't funny. I mean, the guy with the man bun, like that dude in certain places is voting for Trump. And like the whole scooter, like why is he riding a scooter? Like school's starting, like he's fucking leaving. Like the scene doesn't make any sense. This sucks. You know what? Let me just find the trailer so you can get the full.
All right.
Let me see.
I'll read some of the chats in the meantime.
Yeah, go for it.
Just like okay, I can't read that. Aaron says he's never watched adult shows, and okay, just like the WoW stuff with South Park. Yeah, great episode. And old South Park is good. Yeah, I'm honestly surprised they haven't gone after Biden on this one. I mean, technically they did the whole Trump episode there too. And if just a little history for you guys, if you ever played, was it the Stick of Truth or any of the other games there?
Unbelievably hilarious. The writing was so good in that show, The Stick of Truth. So good.
Yeah. So they had I think it was, I forget what year it was, Comic-Con, whenever the first South Park game came out, like the good one they announced at Comic-Con. If you actually watch it or you Google it, Trump's return, South Park panel, San Diego Comic-Con, you'll find my question that I asked Matt and Trey at Hall H. And look, I can poke fun at both sides. I'm politically aware enough I can do that now. And like my question was, with Canadian Donald Trump being killed off in the last season, are we going to see his American doppelganger in season 20? And then both Matt and Trey looked at each other and like, oh, do you mean Mr. Garrison? I'm like, well, yeah. And then they went into the whole spiel about that. It was pretty funny.
I like what Omega Tony is saying. Too bad they're scared of Joe Biden. They won't touch him at all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
dude.
I think that's partially right because they made fun of Trump, but there's not a lot of stuff we've seen on the current administration.
Yeah, dude.
So
Like,
it's almost like South Park cucked or Adult Swim cucked and said,
no, they're just
hey,
not funny. They're
or
controlled
don't do
opposition
it.
too. It's regime media.
Yeah.
South Park is now regime media. Like, those guys are morally bankrupt. They have zero fucking integrity, and
They have no
like
cred.
like this is even like what comedian Bill Burr doesn't understand when
They made
people
fun
were
of
making
Hillary,
fun of his
though.
fat wife, because like you guys remember his fat wife, Bill Burr's fat wife at the UFC event flipped off President Trump behind his back. She flipped him off, and everybody was calling her fat and trashy, which she is, and all this other shit. And then he's on, I think on some fucking bullshit, boring ass comedy talk show thing, and he's like, "The fuck's your guys' problem? You guys always say fuck Joe Biden, let's go Brandon, but my fat wife flips off the president, and you guys start chimping out, dude. We're not chimping out because we're offended that your fat wife flipped off Trump. We're annoyed." Because first off, the comparison is like everybody was saying fuck Trump. All regime media, all of Hollywood, the entire music industry, all the mega corporations, everything except for regular working class people. Everything was against the president of the United States.
This
President Trump.
is what.
So when
just
people
for the
say
viewers,
fuck Joe Biden, the only people that are saying that are guys like me. And it's funny because people have to get creative to get to basically, put the president on blast because he's one of the most protected people on the planet. Even South Park doesn't even want to make jokes at his expense. And that's what people don't get. That's what Bill Burr doesn't fucking get, and he should because he's a comedian.
Yeah. For the viewers, though, the reason why all the media did what they did and all these labels and everything, look up Operation Mockingbird.
Oh, yeah,
it still goes on. It still goes on to this day.
Carl Johansson, South Park has sold out. They are a limited hangout for the new rainbow culture. Just look at the rainbow propaganda. Yeah, I know. Well, anyways, I'm trying to find that fucking trailer. To show
I mean, you found some edgy photos there.
Yeah. Just people making this and just sending it to the TV.
No. Literally, that was my first take of it. Just by that scene that you showed me, I'm like, are they all gay? Like, what? It's like Daily Wire trying to be fucking edgy and be like, this is the good gay, this is the bad gay. Like, what's going on here?
All right, I need to get. Here's another clip. I need to get your reaction. So again, from the Daily Wire, the term manager is offensive on multiple levels. Oh yeah. Dude, this is what conservatives and right-wing bros are so concerned about. Oh, fuck off.
This
You'll get
is a
canceled
smart
is what that
saw.
means, by
This
the
is
way.
a stupid store. Who's in charge here? Where's the manager?
Ew, we don't have a manager. All team members are equals. Plus, manager has the word man in it, and we prefer gender neutral. Or womanager, but that's kind of hard to say and disrespectful to the dyslexia community, okay?
Mr. Burcham, an all-new animated series from Daily Wire Plus.
You're like
This
squinting your
is a-
eyes like you're upset. You're like,
No, I mean, the thing I'm also annoyed with is all these freaking streaming platforms. It's like, I remember when it was just like Netflix. And then it was like, oh, then we're going to have Hulu. We're going to have this. We're going to have that. Like, just give me one damn streaming platform where everything's on. I don't care if you have a freaking, actually, I do care if you have a monopoly on that. But I would rather have it easily accessible on one platform versus multiple. For all this stuff.
Aaron,
if I'm
Wright's
gonna
like,
consume Sims.
what does that mean, protected? Or what does protected mean? Like, will they get financially in trouble or something? Yes, but it's more than just that. Like, when I say that joke Biden, the fake president of the United States, is the most protected president ever, the entire media apparatus, including
Literally.
Fox News, refuses to accurately cover this man. Everything about his life is a lie. He is the most lied about man in human history. Him and Trump, but on complete opposite ends of the spectrum. People lie about Trump because what he's doing is good, and people lie about Biden because he's an awful human being in every meaningful way. His entire life is a work of very boring fiction. He claims to be like the civil rights activist, which is not true.
His uncle
He
was
grew
eaten
up
by
with Puerto
cannibals,
Ricans.
you know.
He grew up with Native Americans. He grew up with, in the poor community, and he grew up poor, period. And none of that is true. He lied about going to jail in South Africa with Nelson Mandela. He shared a jail cell with him.
I was gonna say, didn't he also say he was part of the civil rights movement when he literally was like the guy going after Alito or whatever?
Yeah.
It's just like, bro, what?
Yeah, dude, he
you
lies
rewriting
about being a
history in your
truck
brain?
driver. Dude, that guy has never driven a fucking truck in his life. And
I
he
mean,
lied
he's
about being a truck driver. He's just telling
Oh.
people, he's like, yeah, I drove a semi-truck. No, you didn't, dude. Like, everything he did, like, and like when President Trump was the president, they would have this phony, like, the lie counter. They're like, he's made 800 million bajillion 6 grillion lies.
And then
Where's
it's
this
Media
lie counter
Matters
for
or
Joe
whatever
Biden?
who's lying about it.
Yeah, like,
You
where's
know?
this lie counter for him? Or like all the people that died allegedly under that scamdemic. I'm like, well, where did that thing go? That thing disappeared as soon as Joe Biden
Can we
became
talk
president.
about that freely on YouTube now, or is it still verboten?
Yeah, we got to be careful. We got to be careful the way we speak about it. So that's what I mean, that he's the most protected guy, because everyone is lying for him, dude. Not on the streets though. Not in reality. Everybody knows that everything is fucked up because the idiot in the White House is making really horrible decisions, and it's impacting our lives. And they just keep printing money, and that's largely the reason why everything is so expensive. Inflation is a result. Inflation is literally a tax on the poor. So,
And both parties do it. No, like I hate to say it, but I've grown in my political, viewpoints where, back in the day, I thought Bush was, oh yeah, look at this guy, protect America. And then I learn about certain events, and I'm like, oh, that mother effer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. I can acknowledge people in my own party are bad people. You know what I mean? The people that are constantly inflating our currency, that are putting us in endless foreign wars, I want those people held accountable and taken out of office.
Yeah, but it's gotten significantly worse.
And I say
more
taken out,
blatant,
I mean voted out of office, just to be clear on that.
But
I
you
wanna
have to
clarify
admit, it's
that.
gotten blatantly worse under this
Yeah.
illegitimate regime. Anyways, I think
100%.
this is the trailer. This is the trailer right here. So this is how the Daily Wire describes this show. I'm gonna let you answer this when the trailer's over, but when it's over, let me know if this description is true. Daily Wire writes, watch the world's bravest entertainers come together in this brand new animated series premiere. Oh, I thought that we were going to say this is the bravest show. All right, anyways, let's just watch the trailer.
So brave, so layered,
Yeah,
just like
it's
Caitlyn
stunning
Jenner.
and brave.
Stunning and brave.
Yes! Headshot!
Dad, my teammates can see your junk?
You're welcome, ladies.
First day of school means the bet is on.
First one of us to get inside.
Suck, Mr. Butt Chump!
Ah, deal got it. Rule number 1, no phones in the wood shop. Fish it out after class.
I found some really great school uniform options to avoid misgendering.
Ooh, what about their allergies? Maybe those theys could be lactose intolerant.
No, we can't say intolerance. We have a zero tolerance policy for mentioning intolerance.
When I was a kid, men were men. Now everyone's wrapped up in feelings.
Real men stuff feelings down with red meat, cigarettes, and
Patrick, the guy who plays,
My name is
Rob
Mr. Wolf.
earlier,
I
right?
solve problems.
You know what it takes? Balls. Eyeballs.
Who's gonna say that? We're too young.
Well, actually, I was going to say you're too fat.
Keep my wife's name out of your damn mouth.
You and the geriatric Girl Scouts will be passed out in an hour.
Pass Mommy the wine. The bottle.
Don't make this a prison hug.
Richard Bircham.
Bircham?
Bircham.
Mr. Bertram. Hey, Bertram.
Bircham.
Bircham.
Bircham!
Watch Mr. Bircham, an all-new animated series from Daily Wire Plus.
Let the record show I'm a dick.
Premieres May 12th.
Oh man, dude, that's like peak conservative comedy, dude. I didn't hear you laugh a single time, Spencer. What's going on there?
Trying to force it too much. That's the problem. Like it's kind of like Family Guy humor in that sense, where it's just like, oh, here's something. Oh, no, we're gonna cut to something else. Oh, it's a joke. It's like, I don't know. I'd have to do a watch of an episode to get a full opinion, but just based on what I'm seeing right now, and I'm not subscribing to Daily Wire. Daily Wire can go screw themselves, especially after certain recent events, the Crowder in drama, all that kind of stuff, where I'm just, you guys need to stop freaking infighting with each other. If
Yeah,
you're
dude,
not,
even the chat, I didn't laugh a single time either. Thank you, Aaron.
yeah,
Because
because it's just like,
I don't even think I cracked a
I don't
smile,
know.
bro. It's so bad. Well, let's do some of the comments really quick.
Yeah.
Nobody wants your propaganda. Oh, disavow Luca Mon. This shit feels soulless.
Say oy vey to that.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. This is definitely soulless garbage. You should be more present in the European market. Why? Dude? They would probably riot if they had to be fucking be subjected to this garbage. What if we made King of the Hill but made it unfunny? That's a good joke.
Yeah, King of the Hill is look. I didn't watch a lot of King of the Hill, but I liked King of the Hill better than this.
Dude,
Just-
King of the
just
Hill
saying.
was hilarious.
Yeah, it's a good show.
And funny and charming and like good.
I'll just say I need some propane.
It was
and propane
clever.
accessories.
It was clever. Why does every animation now look like it was made in Shockwave Flash circa 2003? I don't know.
Just
God,
probably
this
the
looks
theme
like
of it.
shit. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah,
It is look like shit. Oh my god, this looks like dog shit.
literally.
I wonder if they've ever responded because I don't follow any of the Daily Wire morons. So I wonder if any of them have ever responded to all the hate that they've gotten.
I mean, they got some good actors in there too, which is kind of like
Yeah, dude.
they put some
Roseanne's a
real
fucking
money
legend.
behind it. I mean, you got Adam Carolla, Patrick Warburton. There's like a bunch of other names in there, and it's just like, bro, like, how do you take something like that and not deliver with that talent? Like, I don't get it.
I liked
really
Nick
don't.
Fuentes' take on Mr. Bertram.
He's
he
he's
just fucking
unbanned
nailed it.
from
I think
Twitter, by the way.
Roseanne, dude. And again, I like Roseanne, and I got no issues with her at all.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, great stand-up comic, way back in the day, back in the 80s before I was born. But she fucking like, I think she went after Nick, and then Nick, like, dude, he was like going and ratioing everybody on the Daily Wire network, and he's like, "Shut up, you fucking Jew," blah 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 blah, just fucking guns blazing. And I'm like, oh my god. It's like they allow him back on the platform, and he just violence, just pure violence.
Dude, no, like did you see the stream that he went on with Elon and Alex?
No, what?
Yeah, that was when it was like shortly after he got banned. I think Elon jumped in for like a minute, but it was him and Alex Jones that were talking on one of the spaces, and it's been entertaining now that we have all these people that were deemed just not good for society by the federal government, now allowed back on these platforms, and it's just watching all the like leftists unravel saying hate speech. Oh no, they said something I didn't like politically. I'm gonna have to report them to FBI. Like literally, it's just like half of their posts are just reading about them not liking an opinion. If I don't like an opinion on Twitter, I'm just fucking trolling you and saying you're retarded. That is literally what I'm gonna do if I disagree with someone acting stupid on Twitter. You know that, or X. Sorry, I gotta call it X now. But
no, fuck that. I'm gonna call it Twitter until the day I die.
Oh, Elon just did a poll on that. It wasn't favorable.
Dude, Elon Musk is so insufferable these days. Let's see. It doesn't
Like,
look
I
like
give him- I
dog
give him
shit. It looks generic.
Free speech.
I don't know, Aaron. I think it looks pretty bad. Maybe dog shit's a little too harsh, but it does look pretty generic. And the worst thing that it is doing is just not being funny. That's the crime here. The crazy lady dropped off cats in my front yard. What do I do? For no reason, scare them away because they're gonna shit on your lawn. It's annoying.
I'd say call someone who could take them in or take them to the shelter. Yeah, a no-kill shelter.
No, fuck that, dude. Have you ever tried catching a cat? It's impossible. They're too quick.
I
Drop
mean-
snakes off at her front door. Now that would be funny, Zombie Bomb.
Disavow.
But yeah, disavow. All right, so we gotta get into the crime shit, real crime stuff, not like Nick Rekieta's horse shit. Hunter Biden's ex-wife's sister-in-law turned lover to take witness stand in his gun trial. Oof.
Wait, I thought they dropped the charges on that.
No, apparently not. I mean, they were playing some games with it, and
He dropped the gun in a trash bin or something like that because he wasn't allowed to have a gun because he was a felon in possession or whatever. And it's like, didn't he also fraudulently fill out his 4473? Like,
yeah.
why isn't
all
this
I
guy
know
in
is
jail?
that-
Oh, you know why? Because it was different.
You know, all I know is that a scorned lover is coming back for revenge, and he deserves it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to read this article, but yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, this was a good one. Bucks County woman's false accusation could stop sex assault victims from coming forward. So a woman makes a false accusation, and women most impacted because a man went to jail for something he didn't do. A 20-year-old woman is out on bail after investigators say she admitted to lying about an attempted rape and kidnapping in the parking lot of a grocery store in the Middletown last month. The father of the man accused told Fox 29's Kelly Rule that the whole ordeal has been horrible, not only for his son, but for the entire family. There's also an impact of the community and on how current and future victims of sexual assault crimes feel about coming forward. Why? They have nothing to fear if they're telling the truth. But this woman lied. It's a horrible thing to make up. Horrible. Yeah. Being falsely accused of grape or pedophile, it's a really terrible thing to do. Susan McHale had concerns about shopping in the Longhorn Square shopping center after police announced an arrest for an attempted rape and kidnapping in Redner's parking lot. Only to find out this week that the 20-year-old Angela Borisova Rumova fabricated the entire story according to the Bucks County District Attorney's Office. It's terrible for the customers that were probably in fear, including myself coming. And then it's terrible for the poor accuser to be accused of something he didn't do. Wait, for the poor accuser to be accused? He's not the accuser. He is the accused.
Accused. Yeah, someone typoed that.
Yeah, for something he didn't do. Mikhail said. Maybe this is a direct quote from the person. It is damaging. It's a bad thing all around. It shouldn't be done. What a fucking dumb bitch. Here, let's play this video really quick.
You know, I got it.
Well, we have some breaking news tonight. A woman who has been charged with lying about an attempted rape and kidnapping in Bucks County. Police in Middletown Township say Angela Borisova Yoromova of Bristol Township accused a man of an attack on April 16th. She claimed it happened in the Redner's parking lot on Lincoln Highway. Well, after an investigation, police say she admitted to lying about the incident and that no assault occurred. The man implicated in the incident has been freed and those charges withdrawn.
Let's see, that's actually, you got good justice there. You got good cops.
Yeah, dude, she needs to do hard prison time, and she needs to pay restitution to the individual she falsely accused, because that guy did go to jail.
Yeah, which is fucked up. And you can, and dude, and the worst part is when these situations happen, you lose your job, you're shunned in society, you have that on your record. So if they do a background check on you, it shows you've been arrested for something. Now, even if the charges are wiped, they could still find all that shit. And it's just like you're especially went into the media or whatever, this person arrested by that, and that media company doesn't retract it. Good luck getting hired anywhere. So in that case,
right to jail, right away.
Yeah,
that's what I was trying to find.
Right, yeah, man. I mean, like, dude, and like this guy, like what trips me up about this incident is like, there's almost like nothing you can do to defend yourself against such a claim.
Especially as a guy now.
He's just like walking around, literally doing nothing, just there in the vicinity. And she's like, that guy has a look to him that I don't like, straight to jail.
Or a Trump hat, straight to jail.
Yeah, Trump hat, straight to jail.
Pretty much.
Yeah, literally. We've covered so many stories like that. All right, that's enough of the hate. Let's see. All right, well, that's only that's the only crime shit. Let's get into the finance stuff. My barber called me pronoun boy and made me pay extra for my cut. So I checked the website. Men's haircuts, $40. Jesus Christ, that's expensive.
That's, yeah.
Non-binary haircut, $70. Customized haircut designed by your stylist to fit your individual style. You know, like I work in the trades. I'm an electrician, and I made comments on my private Facebook page that, you know, like if I'm doing a job and the person's like a libtard Democrat, Biden enjoyer, I might just charge them a little bit extra. And there was a video that went viral on Facebook of a guy, I think he was like a roofer, and he's like, yo, I got to go up on this roof and I got to do this and that. And like, I saw the fucking I'm with her, or I'm, you know, Joe riding with Biden and shit flag on this property. And he's like, yeah, I charged him a lot more money just because, you know, everything's so expensive and life is so miserable. There's a douchebag tax now. There's a douchebag fee. And I thought I was the only one who did it, but a lot of people are doing this. And now even the barbers, other skilled professionals are charging these dorks extra for existing in their presence. I am all for this. If I was a barber, I would definitely dude, I would take out ads and just be like, yo, you're safe with me. All you non-binary transformers, $70 for a fucking customized haircut that fits your individual style, which is literally the exact same thing as men's haircut that is tailored to more refining work.
Literally the easiest thing to do. I mean, unless just for me at least, buzz it, done. Like, what? Hell, people are retarded.
Let me read some of these comments here. Women who lie about grapes should be punished. Yes, I agree, and she will be punished. While stopping her from doing it to another guy, literally nothing. More prison time. Honestly, I like that. That is hilarious and great marketing. Dude, this is great marketing. Like, it seems kind of mean, but this is legitimately hilarious. And I do believe it's like really, really clever thing to do.
Because, I mean, here's the thing. The non-binary haircut, they're gonna be like, oh my God, so like I have to do my highlights. I have to do this. I have to do that. So that you know, that's the price increase right there, right? They got the fabulous haircut. Well,
no, that's not really how it works.
Okay,
so
I know, I'm being obtuse, but
you get your haircut, right?
You know
and
what
then
I mean?
if you want, you know, highlights done or whatever, you want your roots, whatever done, that's all that stuff is extra. You know, like it comes in layers. Like a man usually doesn't do all that stupid shit to their hair.
Yeah, literally, that's what I was saying.
They're like, yo,
Just
man, my
buzz
hair's
it,
getting
done.
too long. I need a fucking trim or whatever. And like, okay,
Yeah.
boom, done. And then a non-binary person, they get the exact same thing. So they're gonna pay $70, and then if they want, you know, highlights done, or they want to, you know, dye their hair pink or whatever, that gets tacked on extra. So realistically, a non-binary haircut, that person might be looking at like $120 to $150 bill.
So basically, a chick going to the salon.
Yeah, pretty much. People are gonna brag about it to their friends. Did you try that new non-binary haircut? I know, right? Yeah, I'm just dude. Honestly, fucking brilliant.
I'm gonna pay for your non-binary
on the
haircut
flip side,
on my
though,
hair.
this only works if it's hilarious and ironic. Because like brands, like small businesses that actually try to go, you know, woke or whatever, they do like the woke coffee, like that one coffee shop where it's like, we're gonna charge men way more than women, and like they went out of business in less than a year because they're like, yeah, this is bullshit. Yeah. So yeah, if you're a wokester, you're gonna get fucked in the economy. People are gonna take advantage of you, and you deserve it. All right, so we gotta watch this clip really quick. See what's going on here. Let me unmute it.
I was traveling with my friends by train. On the train, someone suggested playing cards. There were only 6 people at most who could play that particular game. 5 of them already knew how to play. So among the other...
The fuck?
Oh.
Fuck was that?
What are the biggest career mistakes to avoid?
Oh,
I was
here we go.
traveling with my friends by train. On the train, someone suggested playing cards. There were only 6 people at most who could play that particular game. 5 of them already knew how to play. So among the other 2 interested ones, including me, only 1 more could play. Someone said it'll take time to learn. I, as always, was a little hesitant and pondering whether to wait or to play, while the other guy showed confidence as always and said he'll learn on the go and join them. I was left wondering whether I should have shown more confidence too. After some time, watching from the sidelines, I realized I would have learned it quickly as well. Years later, I can look back at that moment and clearly see that it was not the first time I was hesitant and doubted my abilities. It wasn't the only occasion when I let an opportunity slip just because I didn't have the guts to say I can learn. I can do it. But now, I can see how some people show a sharp rise in their career wherever they go. I can understand what makes some people stand out in spite of them being not too different than us. They have belief in themselves and in their own abilities. There will always be people doubting you and what you're capable of. The biggest mistake you can make is to join those people. Don't do that to yourself. This can cost you dearly. For all I know, it might already have. Sometimes, taking a leap of faith is important. What are the biggest career mistakes to
absolutely,
avoid?
guys. So the economy is rough. People are trying to find better jobs. And I've run into this problem where I'm talking with somebody and I'm giving them really, really great advice. And they're just like, I can't do that. I don't think I can do that. You can't do anything for those people. But like I myself have applied to jobs that I know that I'm underqualified. I'm not qualified for on paper, but I know I can do it. And I do interview and I do get those jobs. And it's happened many, many times. And I just saw this and I thought it was really important to impress upon the need to not be engaged in self-doubt, especially when there's a lot of doubt going on. People have doubts about the economy. People have doubts about their education, doubts about their future, doubts about their government. And the one thing you can't do is have doubt for yourself in what you can accomplish. I genuinely do believe that. And I mean, there's just so many naysayers, man. I mean, do you got any good naysayer stories in your office? You know, people who doubt themselves.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people I work with. Obviously, not going to name drop or
Yeah.
that, but you know, something I've noticed is sometimes, I mean, this is with on all lines of business, right? And especially if you work certain fields, that especially there's a lot more on job learning than there is, like formal training. So if X, Y, and Z, that you have a list of projects you can choose from out of the queue at the beginning of the day, right?
Yeah.
And you have the guy that always chooses the easy projects and then complains that they don't get the harder projects and all the special projects that come through every so often. It's like, bro, the reason you don't is because you don't apply yourself. You don't work to learn the harder stuff, and then you make excuses when you do. So that would be something that I would see at least within my realm. But I mean that same sentiment applies everywhere.
I can see that. I can see that.
Like I'll put it this way: for you as an electrician, right?
Yes.
You know, there's different levels of electrician stuff that you can do, right? Low voltage, high voltage, all that kind of stuff, right? And that you're training a guy, let's just say, right? And he's like, man, this is pretty hard. I don't know how to do that. I just want to stick with just doing the basic stuff. What would you say about that, trainee?
I don't
Like,
know.
he's just
There have to be
not
more variables, I think.
he's he's just doing like basic, like, wiring. He's not doing like let's just say your job, the electricians are supposed to do X, Y, and Z, but he's only wanting to do X and or just X, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm
If they're
saying.
not willing to do other things, that is definitely within their purview. I'd be like, that's a problem. Like if you only want to do singles, single pole switches, and that's all you want to do when we're on a job site, that's a problem. Like you got to be able to do other things. You can't just be doing this one thing because there's only so many fucking switches you can install. Like there's a lot more work to do. Like even today, like I'm not a roofer at all, but I hired this roofer, very competent guy, really great guy, super honorable. He's kicking ass. And I was like, look, man, I'm going to help you. And I'm going to help you in whatever way I can. And I was basically cleaning up the site, bringing in the materials, throwing things in the dumpster. And I was running around, man. It was hard, but he was working even harder than me. And,
But you're learning.
Yeah, but I was learning. And, because I'm renovating this house and I am hiring professionals to do the work. And I am shadowing them for the most part. Even though it's not my job, but I have this intuition to learn. And in that personality appears to be like, attractive to people. So the plumber that's going to be coming on Wednesday, me and him are bros now. We're going to be like riding motorcycles and shit together. We're going to be hanging out. And it's a cool dude, great guy, really nice guy.
Riding Harleys together?
Nah, he's got a crotch rocket too.
Okay,
Yeah,
just making sure.
But if I encounter somebody who's just like, I don't want to learn. I don't really want to do anything. I don't want to grow as a person. Like if you have that mindset for something, that you're paid to do, You're gonna have that mindset in your own personal life, and I wouldn't have a high opinion of them. I wouldn't think like bad about them, but I just wouldn't have a high opinion of them, and I probably wouldn't want to waste my time being around them because it's not good for me. And we're getting there's a lot of like videos on TikTok, and a lot of people venting about the workforce, and like, look, I can sympathize with having a shitty job. I've had shitty jobs, and I've been fired from a couple, and I've quit a couple, more than a couple.
Yeah.
And like, my advice to people is like, if you're not happy with what you're doing, you're perfectly allowed to have your grievances, and you're probably right.
And
But
do you
you
ever
gotta
have
have
a-
a plan to get the fuck out of there and not be miserable and shitty forever, because that that's not a way to live, and it gets annoying really quickly. Because like, if somebody has a problem, just fix the problem. Yeah, get another job. Yes, it is that easy. And I know it sound like a fucking Adam Carolla, but I sound like Mr. Burcham. But you know, like if someone's like, "Oh, dude, my girlfriend sucks," just fucking leave her.
Get a
then.
new girlfriend.
Just fucking leave, bro. Like, no
Yeah.
one's stopping you. It's like, have you talked to her?
I learned
No.
that. I learned that the
Have
hard
you
way
left?
last year.
No. I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
For another
throw
time.
me under the bus there, little underhanded remark.
Yeah.
But I will say though, like I mean, we all have that one friend. This is what I was gonna say, that we grew up with, was in went to high school with, into college, and then they did nothing with their life, and then they're like now catching up at 32, 33, how whatever however old they are in their 30s, and now trying to get into the career field that they want. Good fucking luck, because you have a million other candidates that have had jobs, that have work experience, and no, they're not going to take, I helped renovate my parents' house, as an actual job. You're going to have to, in that situation, if you're trying to go for like a corporate job like that, this is a former friend of mine I'm throwing under the bus right now, live on stream here. But this dude is a complete screw up. Everyone in the previous friend group, and I say previous because he's no longer friends with any of us, we've been giving him advice for years and years, and he never heeded that advice. And now it's an issue. Now I'm gonna get serious about it. Well, weren't you talking about that 5 years ago, about getting serious? Like when a bunch of us started getting into our careers.
Yeah.
And it's like, grow up,
There's just really nothing you can do with people like that, man. I mean, some people just want to be stoners forever. Some people just want to be in the party scene forever. And it gets
33,
old,
living at home.
man. Like, I got shit going on. All right, we got another video here. Let's see. What is this? What's going on here?
Friend of my father's, because my parents wanted me to appreciate that material goods were paid for with my time.
Oh, hold on. Let me refresh this really quick. All right, so it reads, my parents started charging me rent when I got into college and gave me back the money after I graduated, so I'm cutting them all off and they'll never hear from me again. All right, well, let's hear them out.
Charging me rent when I got into college and gave me back the money after I graduated, so I'm cutting them off and they'll never hear from me again. For a bit of context, when I was in high school, I had to get a job from a friend of my father's, because my parents wanted me to appreciate that material goods were paid for with my time. They aren't rich, but they do well enough. I saved most of my earnings and only bought myself some things I wanted, but my parents wouldn't buy for me. I didn't mind, and I bought myself a PS4 and some games, which they made me share it with my younger brother and sister. Once again, I didn't mind. I mostly played while they did homework or slept. When I graduated from high school, they suddenly said I had to start paying rent. That sucked because I was going to university in the fall, and I was hoping to save up over the summer so I could work less during the school year. So, I worked as hard as I could in school and at work. I ended up getting a job loading delivery trucks before school, which sucked because I went to sleep at 7 p.m. most nights so I could get up early and go to work. I am about to graduate, and I found a job in another province. I have already started doing my onboarding and online training. I will go from graduation to loading my car to leaving. My parents had a graduation party.
What was that?
I just said this dude sounds like a bitch complaining about, God, he had actually had to work to go to
I
college.
know, right?
Party for me where they tried to present me with a check for all the rent I paid plus a pittance in interest. I looked at the check for about a minute and started laughing. All I could think of was the fact that I had no social life during university. Because I was working, I didn't have any money invested like my friends did, because they were taking my money. I asked them how they were doing this for my sister. They said they weren't since she wasn't working while she went to school. I tore up the check and told them they could go screw themselves. I told them that when they compensated me for all the sleep I lost, 4 years of no social life during university, and 4 summer vacations, I would speak to them again. I told my parents started charging me rent when
so
I got.
You guys get the gist. Yeah, dude, this guy sounds like a total pussy. But I'm also kind of conflicted, because on one hand, like, if I have a son, he turns 18, and he is going to be going to college and he's working, I don't feel comfortable charging rent. I don't like the idea of charging your kid rent, especially if they're like doing everything right in life. Uh, dude, like I almost sympathize with him, but then
Well,
like the whole like I'm not gonna ever talk to my parents again. It's like, dude, you made a lot of money, you worked full time or whatever the case may be, and you got it all back. And you were 18, so he's 22,
yeah.
21 or 22 years old, because he's Canadian, because he said province. So you got all your money back, you got your education, like you're done. Like, dude, you still have your whole fucking life ahead of you.
And isn't Canadian school up there like paid for by taxpayer dollars anyway? So like it's like he's complaining that he had to go to university and work, pay I mean, no, honestly, that would be something I would want to do with like when I have kids is once my kids hit a certain age, it's you're out of the nest or you're paying rent, and that gives you good life skills because college is not life. I mean, a lot of these kids go into college and they're like, "Oh my God, college is awesome." They get out of college and they're just like starstruck. They're like, "What is this? I don't know what I'm doing."
They're so unprepared, dude. I mean, I've had because like a lot of my friends already like they have kids, and some of them had children when they were really really young, and they're like in high school, they're about to graduate, and they're just like, dude, no one ever taught us how to like write a check. No one ever taught us about finance and stuff. So why I like talking about this kind of stuff. This is just really interesting to me because I'm conflicted because like I understand why he would be angry, but cutting off your parents and refusing the money,
it's just stupid.
You're a jackass, dude.
I mean,
your parents meant well. They gave you all the money back. So what are you crying about? Like you won, dude. You won in life.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
dude. That's like when
I'd rather have this deal than what I got.
Yeah, and like when I was like working part time and going to school, like my parents did something similar with me, where they're like, "Hey, we're gonna want you to pay rent for this amount." Especially when I started getting actually into my like current career path, and dropped out of college because I dropped out of college and I got into a trade, and the trade that I'm in is a very good trade in the STEM field. I'll just put it that way, and I do okay for myself. So it was at that point my parents were like, okay, you gotta, since you're now just working, you gotta pay rent. They did the right thing.
I can understand. Every household is run differently. I just don't like the idea of like holding back my kids and taking their money and shit. But if they're gonna give it back, that's a good idea. Let me read these chats really quick. Omega Tony is God writes, college makes you think that every institution should be structured and ran like a university campus. Yes, 100% true. Aaron writes, school system is a failure. How do we not do finances and statistics? Well, we do stats. Well, they do that mostly in college. I don't know if the high schools do it. But finance, like personal finance, I mean, I don't believe the schools have zero interest in educating children. We have failure rates rising all throughout the country. I mean, I live in Vegas, so we're like ground zero for stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Clark County School District is easily one of the worst school districts, and the stupid teachers, they get awards from Jill Biden, Joe Biden's stupid wife, fake doctor wife.
But they're
Illegitimacy,
so
illiteracy rates through the roof. There are 18, 19-year-olds who just cannot read at their age level. I mean, working in the trades, like an electrician, when we're installing light fixtures or we're installing, some complicated electrical device, not complicated for us, but like you got to read the fucking instructions. There are 18, 19-year-olds who cannot read simple instructions from, some Hampton Bay light fixture that gets installed on the ceiling.
Use the right gauge wire. Make sure the electricity is off before you
they can't
put on the light fixture.
Not even just that, but they don't even know how to communicate effectively. They can't. Then you have to, because you go into a house and you're talking with clients. You're talking with customers, and they can't. They're all unprepared. There's no reason to teach them how to manage their money. They want them to just go to Bank of America and get a credit card and fuck themselves over. They want them to be jackasses. They don't want them to be able to communicate effectively and read, because you're easier to control when you're dumb.
One of these guys sounds a lot like Elijah Schaefer. Who sounds like Elijah Schaefer?
Me? I would be offended if I sound like Elijah Schaefer. How fucking dare you call Carl Johansson? I hope not, because I'm not the biggest fan of Elijah Schaefer. I think he's
I'm a fan of Elijah. Elijah is funny, in my
Elijah.
opinion. Dude, I remember he was for a while there. He was the gay black lesbian for a while. That he was identifying as, and then there was some pretty funny things.
All right, so that's basically all I had for the finance stuff. Now we got to talk about these 304s. Have you seen this video of this girl crying in her car?
I have not, but I'm not on TikTok, so thank God for that.
Well, did you hear about that teacher that got fired for doing his job? Was it Mr. Bertram? Oh, no, I'm kidding.
Now you made it funny.
No, yeah, I know, right? No, I didn't, but I believe it. I think I know what you're talking about. All right, so let's watch this clip really quick. So, why are so many 29-year-old girl boss boss girls from TikTok having public meltdowns about failing to find men? All right, let's find out.
Yep.
I am so sick and tired of just everything right now. Everyone is so quick to say, stop doing this, stop thinking like this.
I hate to sound like that liberal from Mr. Bertram, but like I'm kind of fucking I get triggered when women like speak with like, listen, this is blah 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 blah, and I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. You're making me misogynistic. I respect women, but not when they do shit like this. The clapping and this trend of these women crying in their cars, I fucking hate it. Guys, if you're on the app, I'm gonna be on the app soon. Once I'm done with this home renovation, I'm back on the market. All right, I'm in heat, and the apps are gonna be fucking downloaded. And you know, like girls are like, oh, I want to check his credit score. My credit score is fantastic. Nothing to be ashamed of. Let me see your phone. I want to know if you're on fucking TikTok, you dumb cunt. You're not gonna fucking sit here and judge me. It's gonna go both ways. You get my credit score, I want your social media. I want your socials. Because if you're doing shit like this, that's a no go.
You better fucking sign that prenup though. Just saying.
Yeah, dude. That's why all the dudes in the club screaming, "We want prenup."
Stop stop telling me I'm wrong. I have literally convinced myself at this point, based on everything that everyone's telling me. My therapist, my family, my friends.
Actually be really good right now.
That I'm just doing everything wrong. I'm healing wrong. I'm thinking wrong. I'm training wrong. I'm doing relationships wrong.
Okay, like if everybody is in your life is saying you're doing it wrong, maybe you're the problem. Just saying.
Everything I do is fucking wrong, and I'm so sick of it. Stop comparing. It's not even about comparison. Like, I genuinely just want love in my life so badly. It's literally not about anyone else. It's just about me and what I want. And being fucking over the fact that I don't have it. I feel like I have done so much work on myself. I have built a beautiful life for myself. I'm happy with my life where I'm at, my job. I'm successful. I'm independent. I'm healthier than I've ever been. I take such good care of myself. Truly, the only thing I'm missing in my life is someone to enjoy it with. And I'm so sick of waiting. Like, when is it going to be my turn? What more do I have to do to fix myself before I'm just allowed to be happy? Before I'm allowed to meet this universe soulmate person that God supposedly has for me? How much harder do I have to pray and manifest and wait? I feel like I'm being punished for something I didn't do. And I'm just so tired. I'm so tired.
Dude, just like imagine, like you go home, you get home from work. You're like, oh, damn, my fucking feet are hurting, you know, because I was on a roof all day renovating this house. And then this fucking bitch is like, Giovanni, dishes aren't fucking done yet. I fucking work too. Blah blah blah. The bank is so big. Blah, blah. I'm like, listen,
yeah,
like this is why you're single. This is why all the dudes leave. Like, you know.
Yeah. And this is why we need our man caves.
Dude,
like we don't need to put up with this shit when we get home.
Yeah,
that's the other thing.
That's
like,
why us men need our men only spaces away from women like this. Yeah,
and that's why I was saying, I want to know how good she's at making a sandwich.
Like there's
screws
ways
that up too. Then we got a problem.
There's ways to complain about, you know, things not going your way, and sometimes you are doing everything right in life, and they don't go your way for whatever reason. Like, dude, whining like this is not helpful, guy or girl. It's unattractive. Yeah. And like for the audio only listeners, zoom in on this really quick. This chick is really cute, and she's thin. I like the skin color. I mean, her you know, her swag, her attire. She looks like a chick that I would be interested. Easy 8 or 9 out of 10. But dude, this attitude.
I was gonna say the attitude.
Like, dude, just imagine getting yelled at like this by your fucking girlfriend or wife. And here's the thing. Like, here's what people don't understand. This chick right here can go to any club, any bar, any party, any fucking grocery store, a gym, wherever. She's gonna get hit on by dudes. But there's a certain guy that she probably wants. There's a guy that she has in mind that she imagines herself with, and that guy is not giving her the time of day. She can settle for a nice guy who may not fit her very specific and unique criteria, because it seems like she's picky, and it seems like this is her problem. I mean, she already gave it up. Everyone is telling her she's doing it wrong. She wants a fucking, some Brad Pitt looking dude, some, Johnny Depp looking dude, but those dudes are already spoken for. And annoying chicks like this.
If she shits the bed then too.
What was that?
Maybe that's. I wonder if she shits the bed. Maybe that's the reason why she pulled Amber Heard.
Dude, and a lot of these women just don't like to hear this, but they need to lower their standards. Like these social media clout chasers, because she's like a quasi celebrity. This video got 163,000 views, or at least that post did. This actual one, I think it got a few million views. So there's only 1 minute left. 1 minute left. Aaron Rice, she's picky. Yeah, she is picky. Yeah, and she looks normal. That's the thing. It's like, okay, so you got the discipline, so that's a good thing. You got good habits. You take care of yourself, and you have your own money and stuff. Now it's just someone to enjoy it with. How can you? It doesn't look like you're enjoying anything though. That's just the personal stuff. But really, she's picky. Her being alone, and here's the thing: when she's I'm lonely. I don't have a boyfriend. I don't have a husband to share this